Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this place. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? The only one that's left in the rain. The only one that's left in the rain. Am I the only one? 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 Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? Doesn't matter where we go and destination unknown. I don't care where the motor stops, cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it, oh I want it, let's go. Look around, where's the people at? I want a taste of the good life. Hit me with it right now, I'm in it. Cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want it, oh I want it, let's go. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. Say, yeah, Cincinnati, baby, Cincinnati, baby. It's 2 a.m. when we close the bar, but we're in the get-go. Next place, give me some more. I could dance with you beneath the stars, cause when I want it, then I want it. Yeah, I want you. Everything stops when you move like that, and I wanna get in close to you. It's what I'm gonna do, cause right now I'm in it. I feel kinda dizzy when I'm staring at you. And I won't look back, yeah. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know stops when you move like that, yeah. Everything stops when you move like that, and I wanna get in close to you. It's what I'm gonna do, 'cause right now I'm in it. Yeah, I'm fucking in it. I don't care about the bad shit back home. It's Cincinnati, baby, I just wanna let it go. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have to know your real name. I'm just addicted to the way you take the pain away. Nothing matters when we're way out here. Yeah. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby. I said, Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati, baby.
Take everything we got, give it an honest shot. Turning it on and off, we've been sliding. Riding the highest dream, keeping the fire real. I call for you. Hold your gun, cut the wire. Aim for fun, with a light your fire. I've been flying up the ceiling, taken by this feeling. Maybe we're invisible at last, fueling every engine. and maybe we're invincible. Hold your gun, caught the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, caught the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, caught the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, caught the wire, aim for desire. I'll be flying to make you believe. With my heart like the drive, we do what we want.
That's great, isn't it? That's just fucking superb, that. So, how's it going? My name's Matt. I stream Football Manager occasionally. Been known to do other things. Just waiting for the intro to technically stop playing. Could be a little while. Just going to kill it for a bit of time. Probably do another 10-minute intro. Don't know, do you fancy chat? I think you should. At this point, I think I might as well just give up. Anyone fancy some Rocket League? Gone for a little shit there. And we're back. And now it's on me there. Okay, cool. That's...
To make you believe. With my heart like the drive, we do what we want, but when I'm free, with our hearts on
Hyperdrive.
Hello, chatto! It's Thursday, and coming up today on Building a Nation with MTK, we act like nothing has happened and move on with our lives. We have 8 teams in Europe this season. Can we make it and finally catch up with... I give up. I can't even pretend. I tried. I tried. What can you do? I got sabotaged twice.
Is beta coming soon? Can we have the beta now? Can we have pretty things? I've read the J-League is coming. Will the Asian CL music be in line with J-pop?
That is there. I'm supposed to must be right. Oh dear, we tried. That was a -10 intro. So many subs.
Despite all this, you are still my top okayest streamer to watch.
I was going to do a thumbs up, but I don't think I deserve it. Honestly, I really just don't. Salty Scotsman, thank you very much for the 21 months. All the hypes now. Ironic Christian, thank you for the 19 months. Saz, thank you very much for the 21 months. A lot of long subs today. And Whoppers with the 26 months after that as well. Everything is fine. Third intro. I don't think I can be asked at this point. It's just, what's the point? It's just... Fist, yeah, just... the old fist... Actually, no, we're not going back to that. That's very Tuesday streaming. With the intro messed up. And you were right. Third time lucky. I don't believe in luck. Evidently. It's not that kind of day. Evidently. Yeah, I might just go back to bed, actually, if that's all right with you. Come back tomorrow, try this again. Circle back. We're going to circle back with a synergy. Yeah, that might be the worst intro of the year. Yeah, don't do any of that, Bill. I know some people did on the last stream and regretful. I ain't no man of yogurt. It's true, I'm not a man of yogurt. Pog is a man of yogurt. I am emphatically not a man of yogurt. First sleep stream. Oh, there you go. Streamers, they earn a huge amount of money just by sleeping on stream. I don't know how that's possible. Like, that's the most boring... Then again, maybe it's just that they're so lacking in personality that them being asleep is actually more interesting. Therefore, I should probably give this a go. It'd be perfect. The only way is up, chat. And a deep breath. Just calm it down. Have a sip of your pink drink and we'll all be fine. Ooh. It's all good. It's all going to be fine. Trying to keep awake. Exactly. Little sip of the pink and now we're ready. Oh, that sounds weird. Just bad times. Dean, thank you for the 36 months. 38 months. How's it going, man? I haven't spoken to you in too long.
No, I missed the intro. I shall just assume it went really well.
Please do assume that. I wouldn't want you to lose your veneer that I am actually a respectable and a professional at this job after all. Please just assume that it was the best intro of all time. There were fireworks and everything. Please ignore the fact that you can't see them right now. They go to a different school, basically. Right, let's get off of this. Because this is one of those streams where progress must be made, and it must be made in great numbers. So a couple of things. Just leaving an interview. Yeah, I think I heard that, which is wild to me. But hey, I guess if it works, right? Right, through the intro and the VOD. I think you should. I think we should just... I'll chop the intro out of the VOD entirely. They won't know what's happened. I mean, it would be a bit incongruous, I admit, but they'll have no clue. It'll be absolutely fine. So, I would say I'd catch up on signings, but I really don't have to because I actually didn't sign anyone other than the players that are already joining us. But I will show you those guys now because these guys obviously hadn't. That's the future signings map. These are the 5 players that joined us in July, but there wasn't really much to talk about because I think for the next couple of seasons, we're just going to kind of rely on picking up who we can, seeing if James's method finds us any new bangers and kind of going with that because I don't think anything we do is going to make too much difference at this point. James, speaking of, with the 100 bits. Thank you, friend. Oh, here we go.
No proper intro. I'll do it then. Coming up today on Building a Nation with MTK, we have 3 teams in European finals.
End of the season, maybe.
We look to see if we can regain our competence at both managing and streaming
Unlikely.
and continue to try and catch England.
Even more unlikely.
All that and more coming up today on Building a Nation with MTK and We're Dancing. Sick Matt Jam.
There you go. Had to do the dancing. It was a tribute to the... we haven't seen the best intro in the world yet, but that was a tribute to it when it eventually arrives. It was like a pre-tribute, so to speak. R-Force, thank you for the 6 months. Woo. Good. Russell doing a bit of beatboxing too. Oh, you don't need to know, Real M say. It's absolutely fine. That being said, right, if we are going to catch England, this is the year we have to do it because... Well, I'll just show you. The gap is down to just over 6 points. Problem being, next year, England actually gain on us, making it basically a case of if we don't somehow gain 6 points on them this year, the dream is basically dead. I mean, there's always next year, but that would require us to actually not just gain points on them, but also offset the deficit that we've also lost them. Peekaboo, thank you very much for the Prime. That's very, very kind of you, sir. Hope you're having a lovely morning. Now, we do have something that's gone in our favour here. I don't think it's going to be enough to go in our favour in terms of the grand scheme of things, but it might help us a little wee bit. And that is that England have lost a team. So we actually are going to have an advantage over England here. We have our 8 teams in Europe. They're 7 teams in Europe, but they're going to get graded as if they have 8 teams in Europe because it has happened again, which is good, I grant you, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because the last time England did a season like that, it ended up being this 19-point season and we could only put together a 20.6. Now, if they were to have a real shitter Leeds, no, it was actually Aston Villa were the culprits this time. But, yeah... I don't know. I'll show you what happened, basically. Villa got drawn against Besiktas in the final qualifying round, and thank fuck for that, frankly. Eventually, it went to penalties. No, not penalties. Extra time as Besiktas knocked out Aston Villa. Because the thing is, I thought when we switched it to the higher detail that we were basically saying, hey, every England side is going to get through in the end, which is unfortunate. However, I forgot that they could still draw someone quite decent, and they did in Besiktas, and they knocked them out. So that's good, I suppose. Oh, wow. Kokota Dai, thank you very much for the conversion of a Prime to a Tier 1. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. It doesn't show up on my feed for some reason, which is really odd there. I'd also like to draw your attention to something, chat. The top scorer in the Conference League at the moment is Willie Dick. As we are all a bunch of children, I thought we'd enjoy the fact that Willie Dick is the top scorer. I mean, real name, as far as I know, unless we changed it. Nope, that's his name. Willie Dick. Good man. Sign up. I'm not spending 15 million quid on Willie Dick. If he was a cheapo boy, we'd grab him. But for 15 million quid, hell no. Oh, but it's still good. He's actually not an awful player. I feel like he's a player we have seen before, right? Now, we definitely have seen him, I'm certain, because we would have looked through the Dick set before. And I think we did notice him there. It's just he's turned out to be an okay player, actually, for a team like Rapid Vienna. Good old Fanny badge for top assister. I said nothing of the sort, Hibbos. Probably. Something of the sort, perhaps. Yeah, Besiktas are pretty solid, which is why I was pretty... Like, when I saw them draw them, I thought, maybe there's hope, but they did actually get through. Mezhikovic randomly had to play Hearts on a different day. Don't know why. It was like a week later. But nevertheless, they did get through 4-2 in the end. So we got Messi boys through. Not that that was ever going to be in contention. One thing I will say is there's a guy called Alessandro Colombo that plays for Derry City on loan from Cagliari, which I just enjoyed because, yeah. They also put like 15 goals past someone in the... I think it was a Maltese team, ironically, that Derry put like 15 past at some point. My favourite duplicitous taint. That's me. You know me. So, annoyingly, SI dropped all those new feature announcement stuff like 20 minutes after we dropped stream on Tuesday, which is just perfect. So that's fun. They're probably going to do the same thing today as well. I suspect it looks like it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday. But what I would say is, what are your thoughts on the new things, chat? Because we had a good little discussion about this in the Discord. Meanwhile, by the way, Blaz is suspended for our first Champions League game because he got a straight red card in the Super Cup final, which we lost to Tottenham, even though I played a full-strength side, which is good. He's also injured. So we have both Blaz, both injured and suspended for this first game today. We play Manchester City away from home. Yeah, J-League today. But I suspect there'll be more stuff later. What are they? Has anyone got a link to the article? Because it's the one about the transfer stuff, basically. But I know there's supposed to be more stuff, so I'm expecting things later today. I suspect the reason the Japan stuff was dropped this morning is because it maybe suited time zones better for Asia. Because it's sort of evening there, isn't it? So I think that's probably why the Japan stuff dropped this time of day rather than the normal SI time, which is like usually about 15 minutes after I finish stream, generally speaking. Well, we were reading into a lot of the stuff about the new features and just trying to work out what's good and what's not. You might notice as well, we started the season quite weirdly. 9-0, 7-0, then randomly lost to Haladash with a full-strength side, then won 7-0 against Kishvada. It's been a wild time for us so far, but we have scored a lot of goals. The transfer stuff in there is very interesting, though. It's just a question of how it's going to affect the saves. That's the thing we just cannot possibly know until we get, like, an actual chance to get our hands on the game, really. Which... the dynamic TV money thing is the thing that really... I say dynamic. They didn't actually use the word dynamic, did they? Or did they? Because I didn't... Maybe people were just extrapolating on that. But regardless, I think that's crucial. And something that Hadrian, I think it was, pointed out in the Discord was that the example they gave was in a made-up league, which sort of indicated to me that it's not something that's just going to affect like Big Five leagues or anything like that. And I think that could be crucial. Because if that is, it's the fact that it's fixed length, meaning that it has, if it's fixed length, it means that it has to be renewed and changed, which hopefully means that those things are going to be based on variables. I'd like to think those things mostly will be variables like league reputation. And right now, our league is technically the third best league in Europe right now, but we're getting television money from like, I don't know, like 30th best league in Europe right now. And that's really shit, basically. Opening day, not ideal, because somehow every single Hungarian side has been drawn away to an English side in the opening day of the Champions League. So Haladash go to Arsenal, Kishvada go to Liverpool, we go to City, and Ferencváros go to Super Cup and Europa League champions Spurs. But we'll see. Not oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I forgot we had 5 teams this year. Debrecen host RB Leipzig. I'm so used to us having 4 teams again there. Huge chance for points for England. I could only see this going poorly. The other teams did transfers, but nothing really to speak of, basically. Haladash spent the most money. No, Haladash made the most money. Ferencváros spent the most money. They spent about £20 million, but not on anyone good. They really seem to have reached a ceiling now in terms of their transfers because there's no money. They still don't have that much cash that they just can't compete. And I think the reason that is because there's no prize money really in the league and there's no television money, and it just prevents any real progress for anyone other than us because you know how bad AI teams are at actually selling their players for good money. Jack Dunsmore, thank you for the follow. And I think that's the problem. Yes, or we say we kept Beng. We had no choice because Budapest said, oh god, yeah. Everybody going. We were actually all on the same plane. The 4 clubs clubbed together and hired one giant plane to carry all 4 squads over to England for the matches. Begging to build a new... They're going to need one. So yeah, the new players... I say the new players. The players that have returned from loan spells that we had no choice in are Beng Svard and Carlos Molina. Both of them refused to go back out on loan. Beng, however... He's too old to go back out on loan, and so is Carlos, so they've both stayed in the squad and just become ballers. Janosch is injured, by the way. That's why he's not in the team right now, as is Blaz. So that's why we're having to go with this. The one player that did come back that I was able to get back out was Ghislaine Yao. Obviously, he refused to go back out on loan to Haladash. Or was it because of that injury? No, sorry, he wasn't at Haladash, was he? He was at Kecskmet. So yeah. Yeah, Molina will be back. He's obviously a bit tired from another match. I didn't realise he'd gone into the under-21 squad, so he played an extra game. So he'll be back for the next match. But our defence is looking tasty. But Zhao has gone on loan to Haladash this season. I've also loaned them Christian Farrell, that Australian striker we got from Feyenoord. So Haladash now have Zivkovic, Zhao and Farrell as their front line. And that is an absolutely wild prospect as far as the quality they've got in that squad. So I expect big things from Haladash this season. They already beat us in the league in a completely 100% full strength game. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, the team looks good at the moment. I'm really pleased with the way it's settling in. Good old Gislade. What a guy. Right, so City away. So I figured we'd go... Oh, hello, they've changed their mind. I figured we'd go Fortress for this one because it's probably one of the toughest games we'll have. Hardy, I have played him in a few games so far. In fact, I could even play him today potentially as a Segunda Volante. In fact, I would argue he's probably the best option as a Segunda Volante. Good shout. Hardy's done well so far. I say done well. He's played 2 matches for us in the league, has 1 assist, but I've been playing him as the RPM in those matches, so it's not entirely fair. That's because we had some injuries. I might even play him instead of Kenyatta today, potentially, as a Segunda, because he's got that finishing ability. Might really help. He could be a great shadow striker as well, but I think I kind of want to put him here in this tactic for now, anyway, because I really want Big Manovic and Raposo in there at the moment, anyway, until Blaz is back, of course. There's an engine without. Well, the problem is, with him as an RPM, he just lacks any tackling ability. The fact is, I don't even think Harley's overpriced. I think he's priced. He is. The last couple of overpriced Belgians we've signed, I think have actually been worth the money. I think the amount we pay for Lamberto Schumacher is justified because he is second choice left back at the moment, but really he's the natural successor to Romero. And I also gave Edvaldo a new contract, just for a short one, because I didn't really want to risk us losing him. And then, I figured at this stage in the save, it's probably best to just tie down the players that are decent, make sure we got the quality there. Daniel Stacey's at City now. He was at Leeds before. It's weird seeing a City team and not having any former players other than Kevin, obviously, in it. They've got a guy called Bigger Bowler on the bench, which is amazing. English... Oh, I love that. The reason we priced Belgium... Yeah, I mean, they have become. Maybe that's just because we've got more money at this point. Hey, Fraj. Right. Best start possible. We had a shit time in the group stages last time. Our worst finish in 13 years... Oh, wait, we're still on full match, aren't we? There we go. Let's do it. Julian Alvarez. I mean, he possibly could be, honestly, at this point. They've actually got a genuine regen or something. I just checked. We haven't lost a game against Manchester City for 7 years, which is something, I suppose. But there's so many games to keep an eye on. Oh, Ben Svard, by the way, has brilliant set-piece delivery too, which could be very helpful for us, potentially. So I would expect to see a good amount of assists out of him. I think he's got like 18 corners or something. And with 18 corners, plus Patrice's heading ability, I reckon set-pieces could be a really fruitful ground for us this season. To be called average. Maybe. Oh, Christ. Come on, keeper. Oh, Wilson Roberto. That was dreadful defending. And a little bit of a sign of things to come. Hopefully not. That's not the kind of stuff we want to be seeing from the match engine at the start of this match. Come on, keep him in touch. That's fine. I mean, this, I think, is probably the toughest game we have. Which is I think it is. We've got some quite tough games. We don't really have any, like, recognizable, like, proper whopping games. We've got Sevilla, Red Bull Salzburg, and Copenhagen. But, oh my God. Not an ideal start. Long-term saves. Hang on, sorry. Well, the ability to move saves over is obviously going to affect long-term saves because people can carry their saves over, really. I won't be, but I think it's an amazing feature for people that fall in love with a save and want to carry it over, especially if you start a really fun save right at the end of a cycle, just almost not on purpose, but like, oh, come on. Yeah, this game is a match engine match. That's the third time already that weirdness has basically led to a chance for them, and this time they've actually taken it. Good. All right. We tried. We'll hit the post in a minute. But, like, what is this? He clears it straight into the face of Patrice. That's not even Patrice's fault. I've been good for Raj. Really good, honestly. Really good. How are you, man? That's the worst possible start, but the way the chances were being created in the early stages, it seems like entirely expected at this point. We might even have to look to switch tack. Not yet, of course. I want to see if we can fortress it, but yeah, that's not ideal. We'll get a couple of disallowed goals. We're definitely going to hit the woodwork multiple times, although we just look a bit shit, honestly. I think part of it, we're just missing key players. Both Janosch and Blaz being missing is costing us dearly. And now with us losing, Kishvada losing, Halash not losing yet, but they probably will be. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's going to... If anything, I think it will keep the interest in the game throughout the full cycle more often. That was shocking. I might even switch tactics at half-time, honestly. Because right now, we are just not showing anything of quality. Now... Unfortunately, it's... Oh, actually, Big Manovic can play through the middle. I don't want to make a substitution if it's unnecessary, and at this stage, I don't think there's any point. Because Raposo in behind might actually be what we need to unlock him, and the rest of the team can actually function still quite nicely in that. That's very disappointing, though. Let me just do a little opposition check at halftime, see if they've got any more options for us. Sparta side. Oh, nice. Who is Sparta playing? Gonna yell at them. Blaz is injured and suspended. Oh, good. Cheers, Big Manovic. Oh, fuck, I meant to... That's the one I meant to... Oh, well, never mind. Yeah. This game, we can just write this off at this point. I don't know about the other Hungarian sides, but I'm not seeing any 3 points on the board here, so I'm guessing it's not going superbly well for them. Yeah, the board selling the players thing is the thing that scares me the most. Not because I don't think it's a worthwhile feature, but I'm worried about it breaking and them doing it in positions when you shouldn't... For God's sake. Oh, wait, hang on. City have hit the post. Maybe. Is this the start of a comeback? Probably not. You've got to believe. Never mind. Nah. Never mind. Calling it. Okay. Good. Terrific. So Big Manovic is now injured as well. So that's Blaz. Oh, fuck off, Football Manager. All right, never mind. Yeah, okay. Can F124 just appear now? I'm actually bored of it. So that's 2. In how many minutes was that? 55th minute, 59th minute. Good. I might just go back to bed, honestly. So this is a proper... This is just a match engine game, isn't it?
There's a train coming
2 injuries.
Oh, yeah,
the goals that we conceded was crazy. What are we missing here? I feel like we're missing a red card for us and a penalty for City, potentially. And us hitting the post. We definitely have to hit the post. Ding Dong Swingy, thank you for the follow. Yeah, dodgy pen, or even just a pen at this stage, really. Yeah. Good. Literally, it literally heard me say that we haven't lost to City in 7 years. And we're going to do it from the beginning here. And now we can't even blame the tactical situation, because this is just our main approach. Obviously, missing Blaz is definitely a hindrance to us. But, I mean, look, we're just not even tracking the runners.
Nobody asked for your help but Trace!
Oh, play the hits. God, we got the full top 40 on the chance today, chatto. Oh, forgot about that. I forgot about the opportunity for an own goal. Yes, that was off his back. You can tell something weird was going to happen because for some reason, he just allows his play. Look at the amount of space he's giving to their striker here. He's just not even bothering to track him. And then when he does get in there, he just shoulders it into his own net. Good. That's fun, isn't it? He is probably the best centre-back in the world as well, which is always... Not that they can't make mistakes. It's just weird how they always seem to happen in games like this. Excellent. Cool. I'm happy so far, Kolowski. I like it. I like what I've seen from it. We were never going to win this game. And Haladash are losing as well. We need a late goal for RB Leipzig to really just put us in the ground here. Yeah. Good. Well, fuck off. That was fantastic. We got it all. We got the double injury for out of nowhere. We got the conceded 2 absolutely horrendous goals that weren't because they played well or anything. It's just let them beat us because they're good. That's all I want to see. I can understand us having an off day in matches. That's all I want. But I want us to have an off day and have that be represented by them playing around us and scoring goals rather than shit like that constantly. It feels like every time we lose, it's stuff like that rather than just them scoring a goal against you. I wonder if that's just because our team is so good that the game can only really create goals for other teams by having us make mistakes rather than them outplaying us. But surely there has to be a modifier in there somewhere that can affect that. I'm just trying to remember the last time we lost a game because we were just bad and it wasn't because of weird goals like that. Changing your team is... hang on. What do you mean, Benjamin? A lot of people are just running one tactic. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. When that tactic's won you 3 Champions Leagues in the last 4 years, it's probably solid. Like, I think changing your tactic in between every game is going to hinder you. You're not... Looks disheartened. Did you see the performance? What was that ludicrous display out there? Dear. Yeah, why would you change your tactics in between every single game if you're playing well? That seems like a recipe for... And not just, sorry, seems. Is a recipe for disaster in FM. Because every time you make a tactical tweak, it reduces tactical familiarity. So you're actually going to be benefited negatively by it. So, Haladash lost. Debrecen drew. Liverpool beat Kijvada. We lost as well. And presumably Ferencváros lost. So that's 4 defeats and a draw. Also, what the hell happened here? Not only that, but it's because they were almost all against English sides. We've just hemorrhaged points. Every single one of our teams just lost to an English team. In the same match, Ray. He's out. He's out. Good. So that's Janosch, Yamin, Blaz, and Big Manovic all out. Good. Janosch will be back soon. Yeah, so coefficient, that's not good, is it? Oh, why bother? Honvéd versus Villarreal. Is this just going to be like an absolute dog shit season where no matter what we do, they just lose every game? But it's fine. Honvéd and Girmot are here to save the day. And by that, I mean lose both of these games too, probably. If they lose both of these as well. then I might as well just go on holiday a week early. Instructions. Oh, sorry, Benjamin. It sounded a bit like you were saying that's what we should do, and I was just implying that that's the reason we wouldn't do that. When you say instructions, do you mean opposition instructions? Or instructions within the tactic? Because again, instructions within the tactic are still tactical instructions, so that will still reduce your familiarity. At least they've won. Success. Honestly, bit lucky to win by as much as they did, but we'll take it. And Giamot with the win. Oh, at least Leon Eel's back. I mean, oh, bloody hell. Oh, what is it about? I feel like we see a lot of games featuring the AI teams, just in general, that feature one shot on target, one goal. I mean, this one has actually gone in our favour. They're still probably the better side, but... And now we have the full detail on, so that's odd. Yeah, was the shot just literally, the ball was on the line, he's just bashed it in? To be fair, they did have apparently 5 other shots in there somewhere. They just literally just defended the entire way, but still, good points for Hungary there. But, yeah, I mean, look, England have already, in spite of all that, because of that start, increased detail. Yes, we have. I think where it really shows is in the qualifying rounds and the group stages especially, because you see a lot of... Before, in the qualifying rounds, you'd see, like, I don't know, say, just an example, Aston Villa, although that's a bad example because of the way they are this year. They would win, like, 3-0 against a team from, like, North Macedonia on aggregate. Like, they'd win 2-0, 1-0 or whatever. Now, that result is more like 11-0 over aggregate because the game is using the proper attributes of the players to calculate the results. And I think that applies to the group stages too, because before we only had it set for, like, the latter stages, I think. And I think it's more beneficial to our good sides when they're in there. I think the real shine of it was last season when we had all 3 of our sides in the top 8 in the Europa League. I think that was a real key moment for us. We'll just switch back away from this tactic. I mean, God knows. Oh, Patrice is suspended as well. Lovely. Adding increased detail. So basically, it's the way they get... So if you go into here, you can see there's a thing called... where's it gone? Detail level, which allows you to control the amount of stuff you can see. So by default, competitions you're not in will often be set to either none, or if they're big ones, then it will be like latter stages or main stages. I can't remember exactly which one it was before. Point is, the game will create less detailed results for you. And it presumably, by doing so, it's using less variables to actually work out who's going to win the game or who's going to have the results. So we figured that by switching on a higher detail level, it might allow us to get better results for our sides, because the game wouldn't be just going, hey, look, they have X reputation. They lose to this team because that team got higher reputation. And then making up the stats afterwards. Whereas now it seems to take more into account the actual players the teams have a lot more. I don't know how it actually does it under this hood, but that seems to be the way that it's doing it, generally speaking. And I think one thing it did do at first, though, was make England even more overpowered in the Conference League, because obviously their teams are still going to be quite good. But now it seems to have not even settled down so much. It's just that English teams got quite a tough draw, and it really helped us out. Yeah, I'm curious, actually. I don't think they did have more detail switched on, but I'd be curious, because James did it, and Gaffer did it as well, but I haven't heard from Gaffer for a little while. That's today. It's annoying, because we've got a cup game against Solnoki, and we can't play, well, hardly any of the first-team players. But I want to play as strong a side as we can, but it's not going to be Blaz, and he's not going to get a chance to smash anyone in the cup, which is a shame. So who actually will play up front for us today? Lamini on the right? Is that... Yeah, they're kind of knackered, actually, to be fair. Pablo Leao's still tired. Oh, no, he was injured. Hardy's tired as well. We might have to go with this system. Petrov, Hillestad, Van Dam. Watch Van Dam just score an absolute hat load. You didn't? Interesting. I wonder if you'd got there faster if you had it on. But then again, what season did you actually complete it in, James? I forget, because you were ahead of me, of course, but we'll see. Morning, Callum. Right. That'll do. Let's get that going. We should still get a relatively large result, but last time we said that, we'd set it up perfectly for Blast to score like 1,000 goals, and I think we won 5-0 or something. 2040? Bloody hell. So you did it 8 years sooner than me. Christ on a bike. Did England just drop off sooner? There you go, OG Library Book. That's what I'm... Oh, only 4-0. That should be the biggest indication of what it's taken into account. It's using the quality of the players way more, obviously, if the... Took 3 simulate... That's wild. Poor from us there, but Sem scored a couple of goals. That's the main thing. We'll get a chance to hopefully play another relatively crap side. Oh, good, another injury. Oh, it's a broken ankle. Excellent. Luckily, he's not an important player for us, but our injury situation is not amazing right now. Like, it really isn't in terms of key players. Big Manovic is going to be out for a while. Blaz and Janos. I mean, Blaz will be back later this month. Janos is technically nearly back as well. You missed one of those games, Scott. No signings over the summer at all, other than ones you'd already seen. And then I don't think I sold anyone either. We had some bids for Romero, but that was about it. And I turned them down because I just didn't think that selling him at this point was really going to make much sense to us. However, we did have an absolute shitter of an opening game against Manchester City. 2 massive injuries, an own goal, a goal where the ball was kicked into our other defender's face and into the path of the City. Physio situation, that's not going to make any difference. I mean, we have physios. We 3 out of 5, but bear in mind, a physio... We could sign some more physios, but I think that having 2 more physios at this stage is not likely to make any difference. Really. They have got worse, but in the tests, Max has showed that... I don't know. Like, in the test that Max did, it was only a couple of extra injuries. Like, an extra 1 day per season on average. Meaning that I think we've just been very unlucky a lot of the time. Oh, yeah, no, there was no mistake. It was... We didn't get outplayed on any reason. It was like, the first one was the ball was crossed into the box. Wilson Roberto cleared it against Patrice's face, and it then fell into the path of the City player, who then put it into an empty net. And the second one, the ball was crossed in, and Patrice just put it into his own goal. We then got 2 red injuries in the second half. So that's fun. I mean, we can always apply... We can get some more physios, but going from 3 to 5 is not going to make any difference at this stage. But I do need to keep on top of that, since I should have done it the other day when I was doing coaches, really. Just find a couple of... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, why are there no 20 physios? There we go. I'll have this chap here. A mercenary physio. Just what you want. Hey, how's it going, Hayden? Have a bit of that. We'll take this guy as well. Just because why not? Second team physio. No, buddy. You've got to believe in yourself. Not head physio, though. I'll offer you a long contract. He'll want more money, presumably. Yeah, that's fine. We'll give him that. Cool. It was a beautiful near post run by Patrice. Definitely. It was just one of those... Oh, for God's sake. Oh, my God. FM, could you just give it a fucking rest for a minute? Like, actually give it a rest. Train to the Foreign Legion. Maybe so, yeah. Now, but I think he's still resilient with what he was before, right? Lighthearted now. Damn it, Lambert. You're going the wrong way, buddy. Yeah, we're not going to have any players left at this rate. Luckily, we've got a little break before the next Champions League game. Is this week you go away? No. I'm here this week on account of me being here. But no, it's next week. Or not even next week, technically. The week after. Yeah, I do notice that when you seem to get an injury, you seem to get more than one at the same time. Nah. Like, all the tests Max did suggested that it was going to be 1 extra day of injury per season. And I feel like the development bonus... Then again, what more development do we need right now? At this stage, we're kind of... Oh, great. I was hoping to get a weak team there. No, it's not the last season that we could... I think we can get another one in, potentially. Although, at this rate, it might be just because I get so angry with it. Do you know what it is? I blame this, right? I was simming FM overnight because I was doing the simulation for the new agent video overnight, and I didn't restart FM afterwards. So it's been running, basically, since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. Mock test is going fine, Hayden, yeah? As far as I'm aware. Right, we'll get him in as well. I reckon maybe we should actually switch back. Because I reckon... My guess is the difference between them as far as, like, development is probably negligible. But maybe there'll be reduced injuries. And that might be what we need. It can't hurt at this stage, really. The current session. I don't actually know. Where can I find that out? Yes, Big Head. Yeah, I had to leave it overnight because I spent literally from 10 o'clock yesterday morning. I worked through till like 5:30 doing the active agent stuff, where I was actually doing stuff. He's still only 25 in that save. I've got 7 hours of footage now. So it's gonna be a long day for me tomorrow, is what I'm saying. And then after that, I sorted it out for the long-term simulation, basically. It depends, basically, Barden, because we don't know when the beta drops, and I don't want to be still doing this save when it does. So the plan is to finish it a little bit before when we think the beta drops, and then do the looking forward stream. And then if we have an extra stream day to fill, then we'll just do like a random fun national team save for a day, like we did with Guam in the past. And who was the other team we did with one of those? I swear we did another one. We did Guam one time. But I definitely remember us managing another national team. Well, I'm thinking 23rd is 2 weeks before, but remember last time the beta dropped a couple of days. Oh, it's Curacao, yes. Yes, it was. Right. Slowly start to get some players back. Well, Wilson Roberto as a fucking RPM. Despite us signing all those DMs. Actually, I want to check. No, Velasquez is... Wow, we really are light, aren't we? What about Eliza... What's his name? Doolittle. He'll do. He will do. And that's the level we're at now, where we're up to he will do. We could do Suriname. That'd be fun, actually. Andorra would be boring, I think. I like to do national teams outside of, like, Europe, because Andorra, we wouldn't do anything with Andorra. We'd just lose constantly, and it wouldn't really be very fun. The fact that we actually got Guam to the Asian Cup was what made that fun for me. Speaking of, right, during the agent video yesterday, obviously I was tracking the players' progress at a national team tournament, at the World Cup, right? And I saw the most unbelievable surprise qualifier for a World Cup I think I've ever seen on Football Manager. Wow, Kekshkemet just didn't have a shot against us. They really are missing Ghislaine Yao, aren't they? Particularly as he's just scored twice against Giamot for Halalash. But we get the win. Halalash are still top as a result of beating us. But our goal difference is solid. Bangladesh. I honestly don't think you'll get it, chat. That's how bizarre it was. To give you an idea, at the start of the save, they... No, I won't tell you that, actually. That would be giving it away. Real self-driving car. Thank you very much for the follow. Hang on. Better one of those national teams of your Sims. How do you mean? The fact that no one's got it yet sort of shows you how unbelievably unusual it is to see them get to a World Cup. Give us a continent list. No, I won't. Have a region. All right, your region is North America. I'm just going to sit here and read chat until someone gets it. Because it genuinely... Yep, Stewie, you nailed it. It was St. Lucia. I saw St. Lucia get to a World Cup. Oh, welcome in. Real self-driving car. That's awesome.
Hi,
we were just
and Chato.
talking shit as always.
How are we doing?
We're doing fantastic, Sean. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well on this fine day. But yes, it was St. Lucia. Which I could not possibly understand how that was possible. I know it was an expanded World Cup, but really? St. Lucia? They were 120th in the rankings at the time. And they'd only got to that position because of the qualification in the first place. They were like 170th in the world. Which, I couldn't believe it. They got there in a really kind of lucky way, but I'll save that for the video. Nope, they didn't have anything like that, Banksy. They just got an unbelievably lucky set of draws and results in the US, like the North American qualifiers, basically. When is the World Cup? I think it's 2026, Hayden. I think it might be the next one, or it might be 2030. Play on a database. That's not a bad idea, actually, Hayden. Thomas. We could do, like... Because I don't know if I'm going to have time to do the Nigeria video I wanted to do. And we could always play on the database that I've got set up for that, actually. And that's a really good idea, Thomas. I like that. We could do like a live version of Could Nigeria Win a World Cup? I like that. Because then if we had to do a second one, that would be easy enough for me to do a different nation for another stream if we had another day to fill. Ooh, very good shout. Really like that. Weirdest World Cup winner? I don't know about World Cup winner. Norway in this save won the World Cup, which is pretty weird. And in another video I did, I had Guinea get to the World Cup final, which was pretty surprising. Short 7 a historic database? Absolutely not. I have no interest in historic databases, personally. Besides, a short-term save, we're talking a single stream. So a historic database, that would be kind of pointless for a single stream, really. Wales, I think they won the Euros on one of my streams, on one of my saves. I don't think they won the World Cup or not. Ireland reached a World Cup final, I think, on one save I did too. I can't remember. Ecuador, that's pretty sick, actually. I have been like saving up some potential players for us to look at as well along the way, but I might just keep saving them for the moment. Some of these guys are obviously deal with. I have just been refusing to deal with them. You're 115 million pounds. Go away. Enoch Diawara, quite expensive, unfortunately. Jose Velasquez. We do like a Velasquez around these parts. He's only reasonable. We'll scout him further. Antarctica save. Yeah, Guinea got to a World Cup and then got to the final. They lost 4-0 to Brazil, admittedly, but yeah, they still got there, which was pretty sick, honestly. A Greenland database. Ooh. I remember those days. Biddy, you're at Inter, which will be a bit of a tough one. You guys are already joining us. I really want to sign because he looks... Look at him at 16. He's insane, but I don't think he'll talk to us yet. No. We have to wait till... I want to sign him before we finish this save, though, because he looks dope. Junior, he's already joining us as well. Brownhill's at City. You're at Man United. Wow, there's actually not as many players there as I thought. There's another guy, Audax Italiano, here, though. Jorge Becerra. Reflexes are good. Error reach is a bit sus. He's not the tallest, but he's good on both feet. he's okay, I would say. Yeah, what's the weirdest World Cup winner you guys have seen? Because I do love when you see random teams go on really deep runs into World Cups out of nowhere, really. Yeah, he's only 17. But he is 17, which means we can actually sign him. See what they want. Yeah, I'll give him $1.5 million. That's nothing major. Ivory Coast win one. That's dope. Edipo Faria. I recognise that name for some reason. Oh, he's 20. Yeah, I'm not so sure about him. It cost us quite a bit of cash, and he's 20 now. It would be cool to see like an achievement for it. So say that you get to a World Cup with a nation that's ranked under a certain point. That'd be kind of dope. I've seen USA win quite a few. I think it's just because you can tend to get quite a lot of good regens. Although I must say in this save we've been a bit lacking in good USA regens for the most part. Right, we'll get rid of that. Oh, I didn't get rid of it properly, did I? I want that. I'll give you more money. That's fine. All right, fuck you then. Like, why would I only agree to a 2-year contract, you melon? But that right there is the reason that I tend to do international cap clauses rather than using the other ones, because they will just do that sometimes. We can go back in for him, though. It's not the end of the world. We just have to wait a little bit. I think I'm actually okay with upsetting them once and then going back in and giving them a different contract next time around. We get to find out at least. Denmark. Yeah, didn't Denmark win the World Cup on the Treaty United save, like, really early? I've not heard anything about it yet, Banksy. There's been no mention yet in any of the reports of international management changing. I really hope there's at least a couple of things changing in it. Particularly as we've now committed to doing a... this is going to be such a better report next year, by the way. When there's actually Japan in the game properly. That's going to be sick. 4 times in a row. Yeah, to be fair, I think Spain have actually won the World Cup 4 times. Or is it the Euros? I think it's the Euros. Oh, no. Spain had won the Euros 3 times in a row in this save before France came and got it in the most recent summer. I had a save file where Australia won the World Cup. This was from last year. I was going to make a whole video about it, but this was before I actually started doing that type of content as part of the channel. I just simply didn't have time with all the Nomad stuff. I was going to make like a full like mini documentary about it, and oh god. And I was going to get like creators to be like talking heads to pretend to be media personalities and stuff. I would like to make a video like that at some point, actually, where I just sim a database for ages, find a ridiculously interesting story, and then tell it through like a documentary. That'd be kind of fun. Excavator versus... Oh, I know. I was so gutted for FCK because I saw them 2-0 up and I thought, yes, lads, fair play. And then they got that red card and it seemed like the game just kind of switched after that. And they just... I don't know how the goals were scored or anything, but it seems like they just kind of couldn't handle playing with 10 men. Sucks, though, because I was really hoping they'd do that. I have a soft spot for FCK, considering I've never managed them, other than in my test saves. Quality of life. I don't know. I feel like it's... I don't think it is quality of life for me. I feel like it's enough to warrant its own category. Was it like a stupid red card then? So it's Pushkas. Oh, it's PSG in 4 days. Fuck me. Not an easy start for us here. Janosch is back, but obviously he won't start. Neither will Ben Schward. We'll start... Christ, we might have to not even start Sem, because he might even be required to play in the next game. We'll play... Wagner, I guess? Treaties fans against Bright. No, I haven't actually. And Acedo, Kuja, Schumacher, Molina, Laubach. That's fine. The rest of the team's okay. It's just, yeah. God, what a weird team we got here. Keeper's tweet. No. Oh, I'm surprised no one's actually mentioned this yet. Did you guys see the Lazio goal? Sorry, the Lazio goalkeeper. Keeper of goals, scorer of goals. What a guy. What a great header as well. If I'm not even like the run. Not really like Clates' video, no, because Clates' one would actually require even more work. Clates' video is fantastic because it tells the story of an entire save that he's actually managing over the course of one video. That's a really dope way of doing it. This would be more like, think more documentary, but based on a simulated scenario where I wasn't actually in charge, and I try to make it more like, as in an after-the-fact type of situation. Kind of like what I'm doing in Premier League years. Yeah, of course. Drop tweets and drop tweets. And, oh my god. You know what I'm trying to say? My brain ain't working today. Yeah, no, that run he makes. It's really intelligent. Bray Wanderers versus Treat in the Biblical Raid. They've Treat, had 2 of them have travelled across. Oh my days. Big up those 2. Up the Treaty massive. Drop the cheese in twat chat. Jeez, can't you listen? It's really good. Yeah. Did he really? So he's got history. He's got like He's got form for this. I dropped my cheese. You want to be careful leaving your cheese unattended around these parts, my friends. I'll eat that shit up, bro. It's never good when there's 3 squad numbers being handed out. Oh my god, Yusuf Halal is going to be in the team here. He's the Syrian guy we signed. By the way, 4-star PA. He's actually not bad. He wouldn't go out on loan, which is annoying, but he's actually not awful. So that's kind of fun. It's just been a kind of wild week in the Champions League, really, with Arsenal absolutely hammering PSV, which is, I guess, just a really good result for them. Nice to see Saka score for them in Champions League. And then United and Bayern Munich just having a lovely time last night. I heard someone describe it as like the end of Soccer Aid, because no one really knew what was going on. Are you serious? At least with these teams, we can't get injuries to our main squad with these games, innit? Alice, thank you very much for the raid. How's it going? Things you love to see. Since I am the sole mod today, look at me go. Look at me. Watch me mod. Watch me nay. Did I do it? I did it. Oh, I felt bad for Union. They were just getting battered, really. What I will say is, if anyone was going to score against them in that game, I'm glad it was Jude at least. His sole mod. You've been murked there, bud. Been murked. Sound clip I'm going to love. Well, that's perfect. I await. I humbly await the sound clip. Raid. The amount of times, Zeep, swear to God, I've nearly done that is... I think at one time I genuinely did start the raid up and then I had to cancel it because, you know, I am a low IQ individual. Not that you need me to tell you that, right? Okay.
See these?
Hang on. Zambathustra, thank you very much for the follow. Jude is genuinely inevitable. I love having an English player that's not only goated, but he's so young and it's scary because he's going to get better, which is a worry. It's just a worry for everybody and also very nice for England, provided they can utilize him properly. I swear to God, Jude seems to just be everywhere. Like, he puts a cross in and I'm just like, hey, how is he on the end of his own cross? The man is everywhere. Well, to be fair, I let a certain amount of Wempery slide, as you know. Yeah, that's the thing. We're not even seeing his prime yet. It's amazing. Because it's just exciting, right? Tell you about a sound clip. Doesn't have the VOD and able to share it. That's remarkable scenes. And you called me incompetent, Chatto. I give you Alice. He's like, I think he's a different type of player, but he is actually is not. When he wanted his number, didn't he? He's the title belongs to you. It does. I now crown you incompetent. Is that Job's brother? Do you know some say it might be? As Halash lose to Ferenc Varos. That's surprising, but it helps us out. If we go back to the top, I have no idea who's going to be in our squad for the PSG game, though, is what I will say. That's a genuine concern. But we are at least at home, right? Yeah, okay, good. We don't really lose to PSG very often either. And now that I've said that, of course, that means we'll lose this one too. But you might notice I'm not re-upping the team reports anymore because I know that we won't actually ever see them. Right, team selection advice. I'm very curious to see how this lineup's going to go. Yeah, I'm just glad that he's actually there and... Oh, by the way, actually, this is a weird one, right? Diego Romero, I think it was on the 2nd of July, he came to me and said he was unhappy with the amount of football he was getting and he wanted to leave the club on the 2nd of July, which is pre-season, when we hadn't played a single game, not even a friendly at that point. And I think what's happened is, when he got that major injury, I promised him that his game time would return to normal when he returned to the club. And to my experience, it has. But I think it carried over into the next season. And because of the time scale on it, because we didn't play any games through that period, the game just went, well, he's not playing. Therefore, he's going to be upset about it. And he got pissed at me. So that's fun. That's one of the things I really hope they can take a look at with these new updates. Cost of a national team. So, in terms of the quality of players, I mean, there's some players at some clubs that you know, Siska Moscow in there, Elche, Hamburg. The only one we know about is the guy at Elche, who actually sounds kind of... Oh, he is Finnish, yeah. Lots of Finns, actually. A couple of guys at HJK, guy at Magdeburg, Milan. Probably their best player, presumably, is the guy at Milan, right? Oh, apparently not. Okay. Oh, wait, yeah. Well, the key player is this guy, Endri Saliu, who solid player. Actually came through at Dortmund as it goes. What are concerns? As in for Romero. Let's have a look, actually. Seems fine now. But hang on, squad player. Oh, yeah, but that's always going to say that, isn't it? Because we're having to rotate the team at this stage. The usual sort of nonsense from FM, right? General squad. Oh, what you mean like here? Other than this guy here complaining because he was one of those players I had to sign on a star player contract when they were like 17. So obviously he got pissed at me for changing his playing time, but he'll get over it, you know. And if he doesn't, he can just leave. Other than that, it's fine. Rest him because he's playing too much. But in theory, they should. Like, one of the things they specifically noted was stuff to do with player logic is going to be changing. The actual happiness tab. Sorry. Well, what am I looking for specifically? Like, what thing in here am I looking for? Sorry, I was a little bit confused. As in, because doesn't this screen just show like a truncated version of? Why is it so like? This is a horribly designed screen as well. Why is the screen real estate like? Yeah, no, it's very green. We don't really have many dissatisfied players for the most part. We've actually done quite a good job at getting the squad in the way that we want it now. I'm pretty pleased with it, to be fair. So far, anyway. There's always time for changes. I'm curious. What was the... Because the second thing this... I can't remember what the thing they're supposed to be probably announcing later today is going to be. Because I've forgotten what the roadmap looks like. Because we had the transfer stuff on Tuesday. Oh, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. And I can't remember what the second thing that was supposed to come this week is. Obviously the J-League thing, but that's separate. Because that wasn't directly in the roadmap, was it? So Shrek's Adventure. Do you know what I can't say I have? No. Wasted. Yeah, no, he's right, though. He's so right. And there's only so much Saz can do about it, right? Intermediate. Oh, it's an intermediary thing. Okay, interesting. Oh, yeah, by the way, Velasquez, I actually gave a new contract to. So he's actually got 3 more years left on his deal, and he doesn't seem to be showing any signs of retirement. That's okay. I figured you both copied it off there. Or let's just yell about it. Introducing intermediaries and offloading players weighing in at £235 and so on. Vitaly, thank you for the follow. So what have we got today? Debrecen Boda must win. You don't win that. Dead to me. Ferencváros Galatasaray, once again, same story. Kizvada Sparta Prague, same story. Haladash, basically, this needs to be 5 wins. We really should be getting 5 wins out of 5. We won't, but we should be. Those games are all winnable, and they're all at home. This is a huge day for us to grab some points. You be quiet now, Forrest. This is not your time. Explorer, thank you for the follow. Yes, right, what's this team even going to look like? Bengtsvad, Janos, and Edvaldo. Okay, that's fine. Hillestad there. I think I'd rather do Raposo than Hillestad, but that's not a bad lineup, actually. Bengtsvad is an absolutely world-class striker, as you could see. So I'm not particularly fussed about having him in there. He's not as quick as Blas, but he'll do. This is where it gets a bit more funky. Because Patrice is suspended, apparently. No, he's not. Wait, what? I think we'll probably start Patrice. As much as he did play like an absolute shitter in the last game. I'm tempted to play Kenyatta, honestly. And then with Molina alongside Patrice for this one. Because I don't know who else could really play in that role for the moment. Oh, no, we could put Velasquez there and then put Kenyatta as the anchor. Because at least he's more of a anchory player. Until Leal is fit again properly. That might be our best bet right now. That's not a bad side, actually. I was a bit worried that it was going to look worse than that. We're just missing a few key players. I'm curious to see what the intermediaries thing, but the thing is, they will just announce it like directly. Going to miss a lot. Well, I say a lot of it. I'll see the news. I just won't be able to react to it live, and it doesn't really matter to me, right? Also, again, I'm here next week, by the way, chat. Like, I'm streaming next week. I think there's been some miscommunication here. The last stream that I'm doing before I go on holiday is the 28th, so that's next Thursday. So this time a week from now, that's the last stream before I go away. Hey, Ice Cold. I think I didn't explain myself particularly well. In Poland, is it worth continuing? I mean, yeah, why not, right? Depends on how long you've been doing it for, but the thing about being able to carry a save over is if you start a save now and you really like it, you actually can carry it across. They actually did some... They released an article, I think it was last week, about the exact way that's going to work, because I realised, basically, that I can no longer use the Premier League years database I have in FN24, because it won't let you view matches that were created on a previous version of the game. So obviously the whole point of that would be looking back at the matches, so I will have to recreate that from scratch, which is a bit annoying. But luckily, a lot of the work I've done on it is all to do with the structure and all the graphics and things. And music. And still trying to find a voiceover artist that sounds a bit like Georgie Thompson. Going to Blackpool. I'm not going to Blackpool, no. Although I did go to Blackpool once with Pog's family. Oh, no, the new features will work. That's the point. They wouldn't do it otherwise. It'd be kind of pointless. Beach layers and culture. As if those two things are separate. No, we're just going to North Devon for a little bit. We rented a house there with a hot tub. Most importantly. And yeah, just going to go see the vibes. Do some cycling, some walking, just getting out of here for a bit, you know, just relaxing. Nice. I don't know. I've not been to Blackpool since 2010. Like, it's maybe not 2010. I think it was more recent than that. But regardless, yeah, it was a while ago. We've got a highlight straight off the kickoff, chat. Concern. IR concern. I'll still be around. Come on, as if I'm not going to post something in the Discord about the hot tub. Like, as if I'm going to let that situation slide. Book, you taking a read? Oh, I'm not taking a single book. Come on now. I'm just taking my Kindle, aren't I? So I'll have my entire Kindle library. However, I am going to treat myself to some books that aren't 99p. Potentially. Some books I might have had my eye on beforehand. I don't know exactly which ones because I've got like 500 on my like price drop list. This is a really nice passage of play from us in terms of possession. Like, we are really controlling the football right now. Benkshvard's in. He's offside. And, yep, okay, that's good. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, I mean, the UK, it's still not massive in the grand scheme of things. Like, to anyone based in, like, North America or Australia, everything will seem tiny as Benkshvard's in again. Holy shit. All right. That's 2 post hits in the first minute. But it's about a 5-hour drive from us down there. The other place we were looking at was going to be more like 6 hours. So we decided not against, because we were going to go to like really, really Western Cornwall, like right down to the very tip, basically. But this place was really nice as well, and we just thought it was a bit closer. And I like that part of Devon anyway. Used to go on holiday there as a kid all the time. I do need to get some swimming shorts actually, but luckily Pog and I are going shopping on Saturday to like Lakeside or Blue Water or something. Oh, he's in again, nearly. He's looking lethal in the first 10 minutes of this game though. Every time we pick the ball up, Beng is just making that run off the shoulder of the last defender, and if we can just keep picking him out, it's just an endless source of opportunities for us. Here we go again. And he's going to have another go at it. Janos, slide him in. Somebody. Janos, slide somebody in. Please. I beg. Oh, my God. Look at this build-up. Oh, wow. We're playing some lovely stuff here, which inevitably will be less important when we end up losing. Throne of Glass. What? I've heard of that. I don't know what it is, but I have heard of that. Debrecen lead. Get in. So far, though, actually quite pleased with the way we're playing. Yeah, this was a place called... Oh, God. It wasn't called that. I can't remember exactly where it was called. It was like right down... It was like... Oh, near Penzance Benkshvard? Fucking hell, man. I have a horrible feeling about this game, Chatto. I'm going to be honest. PSG have not had a shot yet, which means... Well, you know what that means. They'll score it. There it is! I have been in the mood, yeah. But you know what's got... Yeah, no, I'm going to Devon, though. So. And there it is. That's one of those set pieces that we can't replicate as well. Ah, good. Isn't it fun? No, a friend of mine lives in Aberdeen at the moment, and he's constantly sending us pictures like the Aurora Borealis and shit, which is dope. It sucks because we're actually playing so well. Like, some of the football we're putting together here is actually gorgeous. Yeah, I figured, because obviously Penzance is probably the biggest place when you get right down there. I remember staying in Mousel as a kid. I think we stayed there like twice. Oh, good. Here we go. Now the bad touches are coming in. I'm not even sure this is... If it's true from Aberdeen, I'm not sure. I know it isn't Mozza. I'm trying to think of other Scottish FM streamers. I don't know where Huckleberry Finn's from. Because Hunk is Scottish, isn't he? Come on, you should get there, Romero. Oh, good save. Come on to this kitchen. Oh, it's Finn. So 2 leads there, which is nice. Did I say thank you for the follow, Explorer? If I didn't, then thank you. Yeah, we did fine. Oh, come on. Another fucking injury, man. It's going to have to be Petrov. Yeah, this is just getting ridiculous now. I might try work ball on the box, honestly, for the second half. Try and control it a bit more. Tuchera's having a shocking game. This time I'm going to try and make sure I click the right buttons at half time. There we go. That's the one. Keep going. Sometimes they move them around a little bit. There we go. A lot of effort 21. That'll do it. How's the other results going? Not great. Ferencváros winning. Debrecen winning. Haladash... They've probably got the toughest game other than us. Kishvarda are not beating Sparta Prague. I blame Frash. If we lost both of our opening 2 games with this kind of crap, I would be irked by it somewhat. Given that would have been 2 matches, no goals scored, and 3 goals conceded. Although, admittedly, the goal they scored wasn't actually that unusual. It was just the fact that it's, as always, their first fucking shot of the game. Oh, come on. Okay, good, right. Yeah, at least the English sides are kind of bottling it a little bit. Because Vardar now lead. We're literally the ones letting everyone down. Again. PSV have got better in the... Sorry, PSV. PSG have got better as the game's worn on, annoyingly. Problem is we've got so few options off the bench. Steve instead of Velasquez, who's really struggled. Both the wingbacks have struggled massively. Fuck it, we're just going to roll the dice on a load of subs right now. Try and find that equaliser at least, but... I don't know. It's weird, considering we are the reigning Champions League champions as well. And the squad is arguably stronger than it was last year. Admittedly, there are a few injuries that's probably not helping. Oh, Velasquez, this is brilliant football again. Clips of that wiper Romero. Right, come on. Oh, God, he's going to... Oh, fucking... Never mind, eh? Low transfer budgets. I guess earn more money, really. There's not much you really can do. Ah, that's disappointing. I can't remember the last time we'd have done 2 games in the Champions League like this without scoring a single goal. Now, we are missing Blaz. There's no doubt about it. But it is still annoying, because I think we've still done enough in this game to not lose the damn thing. Probably concede a penalty late on, I think. That's probably about right. Well, that's not in the penalty area, is it? So now we just have to wait for ages while they don't give a penalty here, because there's no way that is in the box. No part of him is in the box. Not even his, like, shadow is in the box, but it is now. Imagine if he books him for diving. That'd be funny. Yeah, gonna say. It's crazy. Ah, dear. What have I missed? So far, just pure FM bullshit. Basically. Yeah, that's all I can really say. We've got to dig ourselves out of a hole here. Okay, over the bar. We could still get a draw here, but a draw is not what we need, unfortunately. At least Ferencváros are winning, Debrecen are winning, Kisvárda are winning, and I assume... No, Ajax can't be winning because they've got 4 points. They are dropping, though, which suggests to me that they had 3 points before, so it looks like Halash are drawing. It's actually a good day for Hungary. We're just not playing our part in it, sadly. We are missing players. It's just, yeah. I think you're having a good day and you don't. Yeah, well, yes, unfortunately, that seems to be every day lately. See, for example, the first match. They got a lot better after their goal, sadly. They hadn't had a single shot before they scored. But... I don't know. I don't know what we can do at this point. Right, go on. He's going to shoot, isn't he? Yeah. Fucking hell. Maybe we should get some loans from other Hungarian sides. Oh, no, we're not in top 8 right now. We're bottom, probably, because we've gotten 0 points. He's just going to shoot from the edge of the box. Yep. Worst edition years. I mean, look. What I would say about it is because someone had a massive go at me when I said that it was the most complete edition, and I don't really think that I can possibly be wrong about that, because the fact is, as far as completeness, it surely has to be, but there are some things about it that are just less than solid, really. Because I don't want to be... Oh, also, Halash are now winning. I don't want to be just, like, complaining because we're losing. At the end of the day, you are going to lose some games even if you play quite well. But it's the fact that we were dominating them for the entire first part of this game. They get their first opening of the entire match, score it, of course they do, and now we can't seem to do anything. Now, to be fair, they most likely would have changed their tactical setup upon doing that, potentially. It was also the way the goal was conceded, too, because it was one of those free kicks that you literally can't replicate yourself using the set piece creator, but only AI teams can do. We were still the better side. So that's 2 games, 2 losses, no goals scored, and every single FM... bingo card in the book, really. The only thing we haven't yet had is a dodgy red card or penalty. But give it time. Give it a chance. Right, on the plus side, Debrecen win, Ferencváros win, Kisvárda win, and Haladáš win. So every single other Hungarian side wins except us. Now, we did have the toughest game, but still, that's no excuse. We're fucking 33rd after 2 matches and haven't scored a goal. It's... good day for Hungary in general. Like, if we had a day where there was 4 wins out of 5, we'd be really, really happy with that. It's just usually we're one of them. Edvaldo, it's only a minor injury. Okay, cool. We just have to start getting the players back, really. Once Blaz is back, I think it really does show how bad we are without Blaz, though. Hey, Leaf. So we'll wait until Thursday because we've still got other matches. We're going to have poor results sometimes. It's just, it's just frustrating. Oh, no, yeah, we can still go down further. Particularly as we remember, we won the Champions League. We are the reigning champions. Then again, and this is important, if you look at the record recently, win Champions League, get knocked out in the round of 16. Win Champions League, get knocked out in the round of 16, win Champions League. So, get knocked out in the group stage? Maybe? Wait, what? Got to scroll down. Early prediction poll. For what? Yeah, maybe we need to finish outside of the top 16. No, we need to finish outside of the top 8 so we get those extra coefficient points and cheats. You do Control D. That will set you the bookmarks. Maybe everyone just wants me to piss off early. It could be. Right, so Blaz is back in training now, which means he's probably going to be fit for our next Champions League game because it's not for another 3 weeks. So he'll be fine. He'll be back for that. Janosch will be back for that. The other players will be starting to come back. We just need to win out from here. If we end up with 18 points, that will get us through top 8. Right? And also remember, then again, right, we still don't, we've still got to go away to Sevilla, away to Sporting, away to Ajax. Are we, like, our home at all? Our home to Arsenal. It's not like there's any, like, nailed on super easy games, like a Bodder or a Red Star like we often get. It's a tough group that we've been handed, or a tough group of matches, I suppose. We've got to make the most of it. So, Honved win. Again. Giamot lose to Newcastle, but it's Newcastle, so that was inevitable. Also, fair play Lukungu here. Great result for him. Not a bad player at all. So, no, Hanus, I actually emailed Fanatical. Sorry, I messaged Fanatical about this morning because I know for a fact that people have used my code to buy the game because they've told me and shown me that they have, and definitely people have clicked the link, and yet my Fanatical dashboard is showing no clicks whatsoever. So clearly something is broken, because I don't want them to turn around to me and be like, oh, well, that's just... I'm like, no, that's bullshit, because, particularly as I've also promoted it in a video now, which has like 7,000 views. So, oh no, it's working. As far as I know, like when you click the link, it shows, and it says in the top corner, discount code applied and everything. So, but it's not tracking it properly for me at the moment. It's second 24, yeah. If you click the link, if you do it, hang on, I'll show you the thing. !F24. This thing will actually put the code on for you. So the thing where it says add voucher at the very end of it, it'll actually automatically add the voucher code for you, so you don't have to piss about at the checkout and stuff. And I've checked it and it's showing all things correctly, but yeah, it's very strange what's going on with that. I don't know if it's just an error on their side of the on their, like, the reporting side of things, but I'd be a bit annoyed if they've just not tracked any of it. But there we go. So let's see what they got up to. No, the code is working for me as well, in the sense that when I click it, it shows and it works and all that. It's just not tracking anything for some reason. Meshkovec with a 1-1 draw away at Maccabi Haifa. Not ideal. Was it lucky or not? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, FM. What about Giamot Newcastle? A bit unfortunate, really, to lose that one by 2 goals to 0, but Newcastle were probably the better side there. They're a very good team, after all. Release clause, so I'll loan him out to Lek. Does that mean Lek is the only club that could trigger the clause? Do you know what, Koflali? Shouldn't be, but it honestly might be until he comes back. To be fair, Meshkovec have been a terrible side for a little while. Manually searching. I would hope so, Hazy, because I've checked to make sure that all the referral links are the same, the code is the same. The fact that there's a discount code as well should mean it's easily trackable, so it should be okay. But I have emailed them about it in general just to make sure, because I suspect there'll probably be a lot more uses of the code this year than there was last year, just because of the sheer growth of audience and things like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll see what they say. When you plan on ending safe? When we want to, really. When the time is right, which will be fairly soon, I would have thought. I reckon we've got one more season after this one, honestly. Let's check coefficients. Okay, so we're back in the business again now. 4.8, England are still doing England things, but we are back in the hunt once more, which is good. But we're just losing ourselves massively here. Hey, Zim, how's it going, man? You've been killing it on TikTok and Twitch lately, man. So cool to see. Yeah, the thing that makes me hopeful, the thing that makes me know that there's clearly a big problem is that it's not even recording clicks. So there's no tracking at all for it, which means that there has to be a problem on their end. I am excited, Zim, because it can't get any worse than the 2 games we've just had, right? It can't. Or can it? So J-Lo's just got back into the squad again. Fair play to him. Nigel Williams was not doing you. Oh, is he another one? No way. That goalkeeper guy was another one from the youth recruitment focuses. I should be able to give him a different contract this time. That's dope. Literally, Fanatic Club just messaged me back. That's ironic. Have you tried using your tracking ID with the link you shared to post? What do you mean? Okay. Right, I can see we might actually have a proper issue here then, because that's fucking bullshit. No, I've just decided to... We'll deal with this later. That's not the response I was hoping for there. Jesus. Definitely working, you've used it, yeah. Bizarre, then, because that's clearly an issue on their end. The fact that they're not acknowledging that is a little bit concerning to me, but again, this is not something I should be dealing with on stream. So, let's try and get this guy in again. Fit the loan farm. Maybe, Luke. I mean, it's impossible to, like, predict what the loan farm would be, really. We just don't know how these things are going to affect the game, really. Second tier one of the domestic conference. Hell yeah, that's going to be, you're going to get murked in there. And the vouchers managed. Well, you shouldn't have to. But yeah, is it happening to all YouTubers? I don't know. I've not, yeah. Unless they've given me the wrong code or something. But the fact is the code exists because it's usable. So, the fact, anyway, that's a little bit of a concerning response, I suppose. Have you tried using the tracking ID? What other thing would I be using? Like, how else would we track? That's all I've been doing. Right, let's sort that out. Right. Because the fact is, people have literally shown me when they've bought it using the code, so it clearly is working and they're clearly buying it through it. So someone's not telling the truth here. Let's just do that, and then we'll have to give him a wage clause rise because he was being a dick about it last time. Right. Maybe like there? Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, feel free to do what you like. At the end of the day, I just wanted it. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I just wanted people to be able to get a discount on it, right? Refreshing the tab. Yeah, no, I've checked. The first time I checked, I was like, oh, it might just be like, it takes a little while to report. But I checked again this morning and there's still nothing, which is clearly not right. So I'll have to have a proper look at that after stream. But, like, I'm not sure what they mean. Have you tried using the tracking ID? That's the only thing I've been using. To be fair, I probably should have referenced that, but it's I guess I just don't like the implication that immediately I'm at fault, and I've literally done the exact same thing I did last year and replaced the exact same terms, and the link works. So, but regardless, that's for another time. That deeply stresses me. I think it's because it's a very precise discount. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. Like, it is an error on this. Okay, right. Well, so apparently it is an error. It must be that there's an error on the reporting side of things. So that's good. Now, that's fair. Because, like you say, they do have to work through stuff like that because they're probably dealing with, like, let's be honest, they're probably dealing with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have all got various different issues. I usually try to work out everything I can for myself before I even try to do that because I want to make sure that I'm going with proper information first. But that's why I'd already kind of gone through all the loops to make sure that I've checked hundreds of times. Not hundreds. I've checked so many times to make sure that it wasn't anything I was doing on my end. Like, making sure I had the exact right uses of the terms, making sure the links work and everything like that. Right, okay, let's go. So, when is the next game? We've got a couple... Okay, and it's Severe as well, which might give us a little bit more of a respite. With Epic or just Steam. It's a Steam code. Possibly. To be fair, I am communicating directly with them, and it's never sure exactly who you're talking to, because I have a contact at Fanatical, but I don't know if that was actually him specifically I was talking to. So assume... No, that's fair, my brother. That makes total sense. I think that's why it becomes somewhat irking when you have done that, but you have to understand, I suppose, on the other end that they're not expecting that you would have done that, I suppose. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've checked it multiple times. When I click my own link there, it shows you voucher applied, and the correct discount code is like the actual discount is shown on the page at 22 or 23%. So, yeah. Okay, Durin's back. which is an opportunity to get him some football here. And we need to make sure that he's back in full match fitness as well before that most important match coming up soon where we actually have to win a game. Imagine us doing that. We'll get Petrov in for a little bit too, actually. Try hard to get your ticket. That's the guy that that's the guy that's done preparation for this. I think it's just because I'm a proper people pleaser as well, and I don't like making trouble for people, even when their job is to solve the trouble. But like, I still like to do as much as I can on my end first, you know. Whole league more competitive. It's all about the loans. It really is just the loans. Hey Sky, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Hi, are you excited for the dynamic TV deals?
Yes, the dynamic part scares me, but purple people eater, maybe. I think the thing I liked the most about what I saw in those reports, the latest thing, was the TV deal stuff, because I think that could be what. Obviously, we've already been doing some stuff with prize money and sponsorship, but the one thing Hadrian couldn't seem to fix was the TV deal stuff, and this might be the final piece of the puzzle that actually, like, imagine we're at this stage with Malta, right, and we've got. Actually, let's say we're further back. Let's say we're fourth in the world. Sorry, fourth in Europe at this point. Reputation's tracking nicely along in like fifth or sixth. But instead of getting £1 million a year in TV deals, which I don't think we even get, I think we get £500,000, we're getting like a few hundred million potentially in TV money. Or maybe not as much as that, but like, say we're getting like 50, 60 million pounds in TV money. It could be a massive deal. In editor mode leagues. Not to my knowledge. Not anything we've seen anyway. Otherwise our TV deal would have improved, and it hasn't. Like, it just hasn't. No, admittedly, this isn't an editor save, but still, as far as I can tell, there's no way of, like, doing that. Because otherwise someone would have done it by now, right? Unless they haven't. They just didn't tell me. Oh, good. Another injury. I'm starting to think that the injuries might be our fault. 100 million from winning the Maltese League. Oh, it'd be amazing. IRL money. I've always thought that'd be quite fun, but I feel like that would never work because of licensing, because they would never have the licenses for the managers' likenesses to make that work. It's a shame, but you get around 50th in the world, you get a TV deal. Okay, my point is, I can only speak from my own experiences. In this save, we have never had a new TV deal. We get the same TV deal every single year, and it's £500,000 for us. Bear in mind, we are the second best league in Europe right now, so it's wild that that has got no connection between the two. High nation population. I suspect so. I don't know. I just want to see something there. I think it'd be a nice little addition. It's honestly, from what I've seen so far, it's actually shaping up to be a really good FM for building a nation save, particularly with the changes we're making to the database for the Malta save too. I think it's going to be fucking amazing fun. To me, it just looks. I might actually use the EBT while we have no fixtures, just so that we can keep the prep up, and we'll use. Oh, that's the youth one. We'll do that one there for that. Just incredibly corrupt. Maybe so. It certainly feels like it, yeah. 40th got a £24 million TV deal. If it's editor created leagues only. So you mean that maybe Malta would just get one naturally anyway? It's weird that it would be. I mean, but my point is, Gammy Van, why does that doesn't make any sense? I guess because of the licensing, but it's like you're basically saying that because a league's in the game, the players should have a worse experience. Does Malta have any pro and player rules? I have no idea because we will be ignoring all of them. Fair play. Major issues. I would like to think so, yes. Particularly some of this stuff might have been things they were having to hold over from FN23. Because there definitely has to be some of those features that they spoke about. We don't know which ones, of course, but I'm guessing it would be the ones that work really well. Because they would have had an extra year of QA, basically. It's like, yeah, I know. My point is it shouldn't be like that. And it's dumb that it is like that. To me, a league being in the game shouldn't give the player a worse experience because it is. It should be the exact opposite of that, which is what I'm hoping this is going to help with. So it might have been that had we started a multi save or whatever, we'd have just got that anyway. Overtaken in this save, not with the season we're having, no. With Malta, you never know. Never been to Malta. Looking forward to going next February. What am I doing? I don't need to do that, do I? Dynamic manager time. Did they actually call it the dynamic manager timeline? They love that word dynamic, don't they? Yes, it's the it's Max's schedules. Yeah, we've been actually moved away from them a little bit at the moment because we were getting too many injuries. But I'm going Malta. Like we're going to go to because I'm doing the half. I want to do the half marathon there, so we're going to try and see as much of it as we can. In 24, we're doing Malta, Sky. What have you learned about Malta? I've learned that it is in the middle of the Mediterranean. I just want some sliders, man. No, I'm looking forward to it. Particularly as the flights are relatively cheap. And make a video about it. Tax it. Could expense it. Visit the Maltesers factory. Well, of course, that's the main attraction, isn't it? Dynamic PA, never going to happen. I don't understand people's obsession with dynamic PA. I think that I've yet to hear a single good reason why dynamic PA should be in the game. Because to me, that would defeat the point of having PA. If it's dynamic, then it might as well not exist. Because, like, if you look at potential... No, it's just... Because, no, I'm not obviously like, criticizing usage attack. I see this written around sometimes, and I don't think people understand how PA works then. Because if it's dynamic, then there's no point in having it. You might as well just have CA then. Because if you had dynamic PA and it's available to change all the time, then what are they actually trying to reach? I think if you got rid of... You could have dynamic PA, but it would have to just be CA, and there would be, like, one number, basically, and that's their current ability. And then the ceiling would be completely dynamic, and there's just no wiggle room at all. Or, sorry, there's loads of wiggle room. It's just, yeah. I can't see a way that it would actually function in FM. Because, for example, what factors would improve a player's potential, I suppose? Players like 21. But again, what effect would that have, and how would you implement that system? And what good would that do? I just feel like bear in mind, a player is not guaranteed to reach their potential. There are factors involved that stops a player from reaching their potential. I just don't see... I cannot see a single benefit of having dynamic PA. But I like... To be fair, they mentioned something about the late bloomer stuff a few years ago, didn't they, with the development stuff? So you have a... 2 Holland seasons, but it makes sense for him to consider world class, like Barley's a bit point. Just hates, yeah, but I mean that's just life, isn't it? Some players max out early like that. The sense of players' ability, but that's the thing. This is a static number, but their ability to reach it is already dynamic. Like, you see players all the time. Like, I think I'd be willing to bet that when we look through the CA and PA of players at this club and in this database at the end of this save, we'll find some players who were like, wow, their PA was really high, and they were just never there. So, like, yeah, that's what I mean, Ben. So, like, for example, if you had it so that... The only way I think it could work is if you solely had CA and then it was completely dynamic, in the sense that them playing well would improve their CA and they had an almost non-existent ceiling. However, you can see how that would immediately start to not work very well, because then I think everyone would be reaching their potential too fast and it would sort of just break the game in a way. Make scouting, well, I think it would make scouting almost important. It would make scouting sort of pointless in some ways, because if it's dynamic, then it would make it more realistic in a sense, but it would also make it completely pointless, I suppose. Because at the end of the day, you are playing a game, and you are still looking at some element of min-maxing, because that's what we're all really trying to do. And it would make that... It would sort of remove... Because you could basically just go, what's the point of me scouting this player than being 5-star potential when I could just sign anyone, and they might also have the same exact, like, dynamic potential range or whatever. It's sort of... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'd be very fun. Well, particularly with, like, some players. Like, look at Nathaniel Nwusu, for example. Or you think, oh, yeah, no, I mean, they absolutely do. I mean, that's why we've started to trust the scouts less and less. But he could, in theory, if you had that. Because, also, I think it'd be way too open for exploits. Because you'd have to have a set of systems that would function, would govern... Oh, what am I doing? Would govern how that was formulated, and then I think that would be far too easy to exploit, because they'd have to use things like form and stuff, and let's be honest, you'd find some way to break it. We all would. Change your opinion. Yeah, exactly. Like, think of all the players we found that thought, oh, those guys are dope, and then they just turn out shit. Yeah, I think before they should even consider stuff like that, there's far more things that should be dynamic. I'm going to shortlist Velasquez, because I want to actually get an eye on him later. You're already joining us, that's fine. Ardescent, he looks really good, but he's not 53 million good, sadly. Dynamic squad play. I would love to actually... I'm going to say this, and I think this is going to be controversial. I would love to see some more stuff done with the squad planner this year. Like, if they implemented some of the things that I wanted the squad planner to... Wait. Blaz doesn't win the Ballon d'Or. Wait, what? How? That's an absolute piss take. So just to clarify, Ballon d'Or winner, 41 appearances, 20 goals, 9 assists, average rating of 7.69. Blaz Durin, 39 appearances, 49 goals, 9 assists, average rating of 7.85. So he wins 5 straight Ballon d'Ors, has the best season of his career, and they're like, nah, don't fancy him this time. That's wild. Also, bear in mind, he was also the top scorer in the Champions League last season, so this isn't a case of him just purely doing it in the domestic competitions. How many did he get in Champions League last year? Yeah, 16 goals in 17... No, that's the Cup. Oh, no, yeah, 16 goals in 17 Champions League games last season as well. Nah, not good enough for the Ballon d'Or. It's just one of those days. He's been robbed. Janosch is named as... I think that's the... Oh, Kenyatta's in there too. I think you're right. I really should have done, Luca. But we're persisting with it now to see what else could befall us. So Janosch, for the second year in a row, wins FIFA Under-21 Men's Best Players. I was kind of hoping that Blaz would just keep winning it. It's pretty average. It really is. Like, at least get 50 goals. Jeez. Now, this one makes more sense. 42 appearances. Actually, to be fair, Cooper still has a higher average rating and more clean sheets, and did win it last year. But he did concede more goals, but that's because he played more matches. I feel like he's been hard done by there as well, honestly. Ahsoka was our previous goalkeeper, yeah. Cooper's just better. Cooper's just much better than him. Oh yeah, Janosch did a thing. Let's do the Janosch button. Yeah, I think he's been robbed, honestly. Cooper is a better goalkeeper, but bear in mind, it's based on performance, but he's also had a better season. The only thing that Ahsoka has over Cooper is eccentricity, which you don't want anyway. Obviously, his statistics are for this season, so it's not quite the same. But he's also having a worse season this year, too. 19 more conceded. Yeah, but he's also kept more clean sheets and got a better average rating. So what are they using it on? Is it purely done on goals conceded? Because that's maybe it is, honestly. It could be just as simple as that. So last year... maybe it's just done on goals conceded. Nope. It is a lot more, but the problem with that is... I don't like it. The problem is, I don't like it very much. And, as you know, this game should solely focus and cater to me. It is crazy, though, in a season where we won the Champions League again, and Blaz was the top scorer in that Champions League and top scorer in world football and won the Golden Shoe, that he wouldn't win the Ballon d'Or again. Well, if it was all about goals conceded, then Boateng wouldn't have won it, would he? So it clearly has other factors into account. Still frustrating. How did Cooper concede that many goals, by the way? I'm trying to think when he would have done that. How much did he score in the Champions League? Well, Cooper is a goalkeeper, so none. And like I said, Blaz was the top scorer in the Champions League. He got 16 in 17. Right. Okay. Wait, is this rotation? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. That's true. Has he tried playing for Bayern? I mean, our other guy did, and it went quite well. Middle striker. Like I said, he's got 16 and 17. 6. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because of the damn cup final. In fairness, 6 of those goals did come in the cup final when we played an Octotrek system. That being said, he still got a good rating, didn't he? Is Steve going to play through the middle here? We'll put Roland back in. And J-Lo. Goal 50 winners. I don't think we've had a... I don't know. I think Blaz has won it. Maybe. I can't say for sure if he has, though, you know. Well, fine. It's going appallingly, Mason. We've somehow lost 2 out of 2 in the Champions League and have not scored a single goal yet. To give you an idea. Hey, Zelos. Hey, chat. No, sometimes the world is just against you. Janosch listed as a goalkeeper. That's because you're thinking of a different Janosch. I think. I hope. Yeah, that's Janosch Tooth. 18 gold. Damn, that's decent. I think that might be Blaz's best ever season, actually. Yeah, we got Beng's sword back because, oh, for God's... to be fair, Lamini is injury prone. So no matter what we do, he's going to get injured from time to time. Good result, though. Good goal for Steve. Yeah, so we've got Beng Svard is back, as is Carlos Molina. And Zhao also came back, but he was young enough that we could get another low. Hey, Joy. But we had to make do with the fact that Beng was now going to be a starting player for us, which... It's always a nice reward when a negative thing for us is, oh no, we get a world-class player. Because he really is a world-class player. And he's still only 27 as well. So having him back is certainly nothing negative for us. 22 in the champion. That's a crazy amount. One thing I thought was quite funny in the video I was recording yesterday with the agent video. City were regularly mid-table, but Haaland was still getting like 40 goals in the league every single season, but they couldn't even get into Europe. Yeah, Yao's loaned back out again to Halanash. Hungary have not won the World Cup, no. Oh, actually,
Here's a fun
worth
fact.
mentioning this, to be fair. European Championships, chatto. Hungary actually went quite far. Or further than we expected them to, is what I would rather say. Smakovi, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so they got through their group with Austria and Bosnia in it, with a win against Austria and a draw against Bosnia. But then, second round, knocked out Sweden on penalties. Janos didn't score in any of these games, by the way. Then, they were knocked out by Italy 1-0, but they got to the quarterfinals of the Euros, which is decent. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, it was wild. City were being like mid-table constantly, but Holland was still scoring like 40 goals a season, and they just could not get into Europe. It was hilarious. Why can France keep winning? Because they're France, isn't it? Oh, good. More injuries. At least they're only minor. Okay, not him, but... Did I also see that one of our loanees had already got 19 goals this season? And I assume he's the top scorer in the second tier. Oh, my God. Karim Tarijuti has already got 15 goals in the second tier for Pech this season. And annoyingly, Uwe Pech are dominating. Hey, we cook. What a season, though. 15 goals for him is not bad. Hey, Zeus. Today is the day. You love to see it. Never's gone boot. Really? Oh, no. He's always... Whenever I do Premier League, like, Sims and stuff, when I'm doing videos, he's always up there. And he was certainly on this one because obviously how the detail levels turned up as well. How many goals has Zhao got so far? 11 and 11 for Halanash. I think he's going to take to them like a duck to water. He's doing well there. Him and Zivkovic, with also... they've also got... what's his name? Farrell. Christian Farrell. Club Doctor is very much earning his wages, yes. Wednesday, Saturday? Cool. I'd like to think there'll at least be something in there for us this year about international management. I really do. Just give me something to do with... Even if they just came in and said, look, we've revamped the way that the squad selection screen works. I'd be like, you beauty, I could kiss you. Because you know how frustrating it's going to be trying to do the US national team save on the beta if we have to select the squads the way you do currently. Farrell Costanta. I don't know if he's actually played for them yet. I was hoping that someone else would come in for him, but no one else was interested, so I just went, fuck it, we'll give him the Haladash. And I'm a little bit worried that they might not actually be playing him. Christian Farrell. 2 appearances so far. Both off the bench. I suspect he might come back... Wait, unregistered. They didn't even put him in the Champions League squad. Okay. I might return him from loans. Oh, for God's sake. Now Janos is injured again. Yes, we have, Nicole. We're doing Malta. Can now rush up. Oh, imagine. More training options. It's a dream. Knows our boys anyone for us? Wow, surprisingly no. And Cosman, no we don't. I haven't really seen an amazingly good Cosman player in this save, and usually there's at least one that comes through. Okay. Vozdovac get to play on Wednesday. Cheeky. Janos will get some Champions League game time at some point soon, I hope, because he just keeps getting... Now, remember, we're 30... It's the battle of the bottom, chat. We're 33rd. Sevilla 35th. We've got to put this one down. Let's do it. What we got? Halanash Wet Club Brugge. Winnable. Inter host Milan. Sorry, Inter host. Kishvala host Milan. Tough, but you never know. Ferencváros host Roma. We've got no hope there. That, I feel like FC Copenhagen will win that. They're annoyingly good at times. Community Shield in 10 years. What? So that's his only trophy. Christ, that is wild. Right. So what's this squad going to look? It should be still fairly strong. But Baz will not play there. Edvaldo's... Nah, we'll do Edvaldo. Although, I think for a game like this, this might be the type of game where Big Manovic through the middle could give us those extra runs. I didn't see the game, but I saw that they destroyed them. Velasquez and Kenyatta. Is Yamin still that injured? He is. Right. This might be a case of Steve Hardy. Teixeira, Wilson, Roberto, Patrice, Romero. That's not bad. And we've got all these guys to come back soon as well. Janos will be back, hopefully, pretty well. It's not too bad. Now, I'm going to say it. We've never lost to Sevilla in this save. So, let that be the next piece of bad luck coming our way. Coffee machine is broken. I'm sick of cafetiers. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't had coffee, like homemade coffee, Dean, since I gave up caffeine, really. I only really get it like from a... Actually, sometimes Pog makes me coffee, but that's very, very rare. Yeah, I'm tempting fate, Bagpuss. Watch me tempt fate further. We've never lost to Sevilla in the Champions League in this save, and therefore we're going to win this match. It is inevitable at this point. Let us go. You have caffeine. I wanted to try and see if it would improve me a little bit and help me out in some way, and it did. So, yeah. Basically, I don't use an alarm clock anymore because my sleep is just so incredibly, like, consistent and regular now. I just feel better in general. Having done it. It doesn't work for everybody, but it worked for me. First thing, what I will say, though, is I had massive headaches for, like, the first 2 days. Once it really kicked, it was horrible. But after that, I was like, oh, dope. I find that now when I do have caffeine, because sometimes you just have no choice, when it comes to like choosing options in certain restaurants and stuff, it's difficult because you just want a drink that's nice. I do occasionally have some, but I feel it the next day. I'll wake up feeling like, oh, like almost like I've been drinking, kind of. Caffeine's given up on you. It wants you to quit, Dean. Right, let's win. Let's just do a win. Any fun names on the bench? Yep, they've got an Allen. There is an Allen. There's a Dean Ford, which is, let me guess, he's American or something. No, he's an Australian Spaniard. Of course he is. I should have guessed, really. They've got a Canada, and we've got a Kenyatta. Let's go. Sevilla, now's your time to lose. Ricardo Yosefano, you sold... Oh, that was Brandon Silva. I think he might have actually retired, but I'll have a look after the game if you remind me. He was the one that got sent off in that final against Bayern, which we then subsequently lost. And I'm going to say because of him. Because we were absolutely dominating prior to that. Okay. Been a bit of a slow start from us, but there's time. Oh, no. Please, not another one like this, FM. I beg of you. Right, how didn't he... Edvaldo probably should have cut that out, but it is what it is. 18 minutes, and honestly, we've not looked particularly up to it today. And remember, Sevilla are 35th in the table. They've lost both games, just like us. So this is a must-win game. Like, because if we lose this as well, then we're not getting top 8. In fact, I don't think we're getting top 8 anyway, but we need to kind of win out from here on. And we've never lost to them. Exactly. Right, here we go. Oh, that was a mistake from a Sevilla player. We're going to lose this game, chat. I'm sorry to break it to you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I've frozen as well, which is superb. We are going to lose this game. Having just seen what I've just seen there, we're going to lose. Our striker's just shot from the centre circle for absolutely no reason. It might as well just tell us now what's about to happen in this game. Did actually Debrecen were winning there? I mean, when you've got players shooting from the halfway line for... Although it might mean we're about to score, because it might be one of those really long highlights. Benkschward's in. Can he square it, maybe? Oh, good block. Really good block, actually, to be fair. The keeper did have to die for it. Yeah, that's the ultimate shoot on sight. I'm not sure he could even see from that distance. Right, Schwad driving towards the box. Oh, that's a good ball. Edvaldo drops it back. Hardy! Oh, it's saved again. Okay, this is a bit better from us. A weird build-up play there, I will admit, but it's something, I suppose. Oh, no, it was FC Copenhagen winning as well. We're controlling possession again. Starting to get a bit of a foothold on this game, but, you know, we've still yet to score a goal in the Champions League this season. So that's 2.5 games now with 0 goals scored. That's good. Very good and nice and excellent. Are we just broken? Halash 2-0 up, though. Excellent news. They're into the top 8 at least. Xavier, imagine if he was. Everything comes full circle and he's back. Right, come on. At least just give us a corner goal or something. From Patrice or somebody. Oh, hang on. Second phase them. Go on, do it to him. Velasquez, bend one. Yes! Chat, we've second phased someone. And you know what? After all the shit it's given us so far today, I'll take it. That's a horrible goal. I hate seeing them score like that. It's very annoying to see because the match engine should be better than that. But regardless, we will take it because it's finally happened in our favour for once. But you've got to call it out when you see it. Look at the fact no one closes him down. It's crazy. Good finish, though, from Thomas, 37-year-old Thomas Velasquez. Yeah, if we've second phased someone, we're getting the dub. And we lead. Get that first win, Chato. Come on. Good result, though, for Halalash going for their second win. I'll be surprised if we finished as the third best Hungarian side in the Champions League last year. Oh, what a ball. Durin, dink him. Go on, buddy. Oh, he doesn't need to. It's 2-0. Blaz scores his 9th of the season, and now we're back. Yeah, that's the issue. It's because, I know I've said this hundreds of times, the reason those goals get scored is because from the second phase of set pieces, the players on the defensive side still act as if there's a set piece about to be taken, and as a result, they cluster in the positions that they have set in the set piece instructions. They don't go out and close down that third man. And it's a very annoying way to concede and score goals, basically. I'm not happy that we've taken the lead. At least we have scored a second goal, though. I don't want to win like that, you know? Yeah, Durin is on a different level when I just want to see him get back to a bit of scoring again. Although Edvaldo's struggled, so we're going to go with Sem out wide, because what choice have we got? Steve's a bit tired, so we'll get Pablo Leao. Now that we're 2-0 up, it's a chance to get Pablo some football. Because I think he is actually the long-term successor there. We just need to get him some game time. Walk along a play. Yeah. We don't often score a lot of second phase goals. And I wonder if it's because of the way that AI teams set their defenses up. Potentially. Or it might just be, yeah. Big Manovic! Blocked. And I think Bengtsor's offside there, surely. No? Teixeira? Oh, it's another big save. Whew. That keeper's having a lovely time. Not happy with taking I'm happy with taking the lead. I just would have rather it not come in that manner, you know? Debrecen have scored an equaliser, though. But I'm glad we got that second goal, so at least that wasn't the only goal that won us this match, because I'd still be a little bit annoyed if that was. Right, that should be an easy one for... Fucking hell. I think he's offside there, luckily, from the second shot. Oh, no, it definitely is that highbrow, but the point is, it shouldn't be. That's unacceptable that that's still in the game. I think he's offside, surely. Yeah. He's miles offside from the original shot. But also, what was Romero doing? Out of interest here. Like, how does he not win the football there? Great piece of defending. I think... it was Cooper saves it. To be fair. Also, Barca beating Liverpool is good news for us. Hallash are absolutely clapping Club Brugge away from home. Don't know if Xiao's got goals in that one. I'd like us to maybe score an extra goal in this game, just to sort of bump the goal difference up a little bit. Because it's still... This is only going to bring us back to -1. Go on, Blaz. Oh, Van Damme's in. Can he keep the ball? Yes, he can. Can he square it? Flicks it up. Oh, cleared away. Nearly. Barca in front, yeah. It was, I think, was it 2-0 to Liverpool in that game? Yeah, it's 3-2 to Barca in that game now. Oh, don't foul him. Please don't foul him. Oh, God. It's 2-1. Sevilla are back in the game. It looked like our defender stuck his leg out there to try and put that in his own net. What, just now not win? Yeah, they just randomly didn't bother. No, it hit the post, not the defender. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, God. Insta highlight of the kickoff. If this is Sevilla equalising, I think I might just pick the PC up and throw it out of the window at that point. Although it looks more like it's going to be a horrible defensive error from someone any minute now. Right, just win the header. Or just get out of the way entirely. That's fine. Right, that's fine. Just control the ball. It's a really long highlight, so I do think a goal is coming. As long as it's not just another... Oh, there we go. Bang into the channel. Got some bodies making the runs. One of them is Blaz, hopefully. Go on, Bang. Take him on. Oh, edge of the box for Velasquez. Oh, it's another one! Thomas Velasquez with an absolute banger. He's 37 years old, but he has still got it. That was a brilliant effort. 3-1 to MTK. What a hit. Albeit it went through a crowd of bodies and we got a bit fortunate with that, but what a pick out that was from Ben Schward. That's a very interesting cross. Full on the volley from Velasquez. Comes off the defender, but we'll take that. No, unfortunately not. It's Sen. Great hit. I mean, Velasquez has... Oh, Debrecen are winning. Debrecen have taken the lead away at FC Copenhagen, and Ferencváros still drawing with Roma as well. It's a good day for points for Hungary. Might start to gain a bit of ground back on England here. Go on, get us another goal. Give us a fourth one. Velasquez again. Slips it through. Big Manovic is in. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, it's over the line. It's 4. 4-1. That's more like it. FM's given us a bit of good tidings, Chato. Good tidings. A weird game, but we'll take it. Oh, The thing is, Velasquez is showing no signs of slowing down whatsoever. Did he provide the assist for this as well? He has basically single-handedly dragged us through this tie. Not tie, the game. That's like 2 goals and an assist. Oh, get in. We'll take what we're given. In the end, I think we were the deserving winners. It took a little while to get there. We didn't really get a lot of XG considering the amount of shots we had. Come on, never beaten Sevilla. Although, was concerned for a minute, I'll agree. But 4-1 win, that's more like it. Velasquez, hang on, did he not? Oh, he didn't get the assist, yeah, because of the goalkeeper. That's a frame. But he played the great pass for it, so I'll take that. He's 37. I think he's going to be 38 mid-season. He still has 3 years left on his deal. He's showing no signs of wanting to retire anytime soon because he's still getting goals in the Champions League. Man is the GOAT. I love him. The question is, what does that do for us? So, Haladash with a 4-1 win. Yao gets another 2. Debrecen with a 2-1 win. They're actually the top team. Debrecen have got 7 points on the board in the Champions League. Get in. Ferencvaros, albeit they've been a bit shit in recent years, but that's actually 2 reasonably good. You know, they got the win in one game and they've got a draw against Roma. That's not bad at all. Kajvada lose to Milan. It happens. And then we get the win against Sevilla. So, Kajvada are down in 28th, but they're still tracking a point a game. What's the top 3? Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United. Yeah, never mind, eh? It's been fun. On the plus side, they will miss out on those bonus coefficient points that they were gifted with last year for getting in that extra round because England did poorly and then got rewarded for it. Okay, that's much better for us. Hopefully Thursday's matches can continue this trend. The Lord Dobber! Thank you for the follow. Good name. If we can just get some more wins on Thursday, in the Thursday games, things will be much better. Phil Neville's still coaching. No, he retired. We actually checked the other day because we were looking at the Jamaican national team because they had an amazingly named manager. But Phil Neville, obviously the only Phil Neville that exists in the game now is the centre-back guy. We got absolutely humped, Lavinio. I say humped. Not really humped. The first game, we conceded 2 horrendous goals that were just match-engine goals. Got 2 massive injuries in it as well. The second game, we were just dominant, better side, conceded their first shot of the game. You know the usual sort of scorelines. But we're getting it back now. We're redeeming ourselves. We'll get the bullshit out the way early, and then we can focus from now. It's all good. Rob Hunter, thank you so much for the 15 months. Hope you're having a lovely day, Rob. Brandon Silver. There he is. He's shit. And I won't let him back near our club. He's not coming near our club. He doesn't deserve to be near our club after what he did. He's cost us a Champions League. Right. Mezhkovej hosting Dinamo Batumi. What about the Europa League? Giamotto away at Nice. That will be very difficult for them. They've had some tough games so far. Budapest Honvéd away. I'd expect Honvéd to win there, but I reckon they're going to draw. Just because it's that type of day. But let's have a look at the match results too, to see if they were getting mugged off. I mean, Giamotto are a good side. They got to the Europa League final last year, so they've clearly got a bit of quality about them. Maybe I'm expecting too little of them. They played okay against Newcastle as well. You're eligible. That will get you on the loan list as well then. What about you? Oh no, Sunfloor. To be fair, he's done alright getting not injured as much lately. Right. Next. Honvéd win. Get in. Giamotto win. Ooh. Honvéd with the win in the 94th minute through from Moreno, but Giamotto winning away at Nice. That is a big one. Oh, so it's a screen flow. I'll show you in a sec. Mezhkovej with a 2-0 win against Dinamo Batumi. Get in, lads. So 4 points on the board for Mezhkovej. Just doing what they do. Europa League. Honvéd top with 9 points out of 9, and Giamotto have got 6 points out of 9. Both looking very tasty. Yeah, it's a screen flow. So what you do is you go into preferences. The easiest way to go about it is just type in the word screen, because otherwise you have to search through stuff. You can click on screen flow, and what you do is you can set up these things, and what you basically tell it is what's the competition, what screen do you want to see, and when do you want to see it, and do you want it to stop the match, and when do you want it to do it, and then you can just collect those up, and that's why it shows us those before and after. It's quite useful. It's really useful when I'm doing videos as well. Right, that's a great day. It's just a great day. Well, we beat... Holy Christ. We beat Sevilla's under-19 side 10-1. We'll take that. Also, Yusuf Halal got 5 goals in that game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Syria cap out of him soon. He's developing really nicely. Right, coefficients. Team wanted to show. True, but bear in mind, if you're looking at competitions, then it wouldn't matter which team you're showing because it would still be showing the whole page anyway. But it would be cool if you could set up a screen flow to show teams, yes. just, I don't know what it would really show of the team. Like, maybe their profile page, but you can't do that as far as I know. That'd be cool, though. Right, coefficients. 6.5. We're closing the gap to England again on the year, up to 6.5, looking better. And also, we've not got a straggling team in the Champions League this year. Like, we've got, not everyone has won at least one game. Last year, Ferencváros were trash. Kishvara are looking a bit like that, but I think they might have enough to get through regardless. Which is the main thing. Debrecen, we play them next, actually. But they're already pretty much through. Only show Hungarian teams. Yeah, but the thing is, that's such a niche request that would never really have any real application in the game, that they'd never do anything like that. Well, we're not technically the... wait, no, we are, aren't we? Yeah, I think you're right. I think we are the lowest ranked Hungarian... We're probably the lowest ranked Hungarian side in Europe right now. I don't know if that win against Sevilla was enough to drag our goal difference up through the mud. Are we above? No, we are actually above Kishvara. Technically, we're on course for qualification. You take that back. We're doing just fine. He said, with the copium. Wait, no, I want that one. I don't want doing it until match fit. Otherwise, we'll end up with a random guy playing for the under-19 squad for the next 6 weeks. Oh. Even the league's not going particularly swimmingly. We've got a lot of goals scored, but we have got that random defeat in there too. I think it's just a case for us now of just getting the injuries back, keeping the squad fresh, and going from there. Janosch, obviously, will probably be back for our next game as well. Literally, how that should be like, do you want to loan Zivkovic off of us? Do you want Zivy? We're very nearly the struggling team. True. Right, I'm going to have an early pee break because your boy is busting. So, back in a second, friends. Don't worry, I've got you the longest bloody whiz quiz entry I've seen so far. Enjoy.
take you where you've never been. Swear I won't break your heart and I won't let you down.
Yeah, it was Kemi Augustin. Ah, what a guy. He's like the longest one I've had to... I actually had to shrink it down just so it even fit on the bloody screen. It was Kemi. It's Kemi Augustin. Also, bit of a switch up for today, chat. Mainly because this was the last thing I had left in the fridge. So I've got beer. No, it's not beer. It's Orange Fanta Zero. I forgot to put some more Pepsi in the fridge. I'll have to do it after stream. Oh, yes. Lovely. Oh, I'm never been a big fan of orange Fanta. It's probably my least favourite Fanta flavour. Also, good news, chat, from Fanatical. It is an error. Something in my portal is basically buggered, as they've checked on their side of the system and it's reporting sales and conversions just fine. So if you were on the fence, you should now be able to use it without worrying about like the conversion not being tracked. But that was good of them to sort that out so quickly. I'm going to send their proper support people on an actual email because I've just been doing it through Twitter DMs. Because I'm that guy, apparently. Soda. Yeah, no, I mean, I just need, like, some... I mean, this is obviously a zero sugar one, so... But I just like a bit of flavour, and that's the closest thing I can really... Particularly with not having coffee all the time as well. Like, when you say getting paid, to give... Because I like being transparent about these things. Off the commission fees that I made from last year's game, I made £32, which, again, I'm extremely grateful for. But that should give you an idea of the levels we're talking. Does it really, Zintax? Whereas Janos, unfortunately, he's got an injury at the moment. He'll be back soon. Maybe like 2 weeks, perhaps? He'll be back for the next Champions League game, which is the most important thing. Ooh, the Lord Dobber! Wait. Didn't you follow it? How have you managed to subscribe for... Is that a 3-month Prime, or is that just... Am I being silly? Thank you so much, though, for the 3 months Prime. That's really, really kind of you, sir. Deluxe Dutty Peter. Oh, mate. That is... Oh. Actually, that's around about the price that Dutty comes to. It's usually about 33 for the full thing that we make. Literally spoon him out. I could have got it myself. To be fair, I'm going to be buying versions of the game for like the mods and stuff. So, Hadrian, watch this space. Yeah, I suppose they can. Pog and I might order from the fancy pizza place before we go on holiday, just as a little treat, you know, little holiday treat. We've already looked up on Just Eat where we're going, just because the first night when we ever go places like that, we always get like a takeaway, particularly when we've been driving for like 5 hours. You just want to kind of chill a little bit, so we're gonna get... There's a really, really nice takeaway place called... I think it's called Fire Away Designer Takeaway, which looks pretty dope, in Barnstable. So I'll probably order from there. Looks pretty sick. Hello, Dan. How's it going, mate? Another one. Steve Reader, thank you so much for the 8-month resub. That's very kind of you, sir. Hope you're having a lovely day. I drink way too quickly. This might just be a me thing, but I'm certain it's not. It's hashtag relatable. Ready, chat? I'm one of those people that when I'm talking, particularly either in this sort of setting or in like a social setting, if I have a drink in my hand, say I'm at a party or whatever, I will just sip constantly. I can't like just have it in my hand or near me. I would just constantly sip as like a thing to do with my hands almost. It's why I end up drinking so much when I'm out, because I just naturally do that as a kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Hidden treasure chest. Very nice for you, my friend. A Freshers Fair yesterday. Hell yeah. One of the things we used to do at Freshers Fair was you could always get like, because in Cambridge you'd get like there's vodka revs and Weatherspoons, and they had these big voucher bits you could get. And so we would just go through, then afterwards we'd walk out again, change our jackets and stuff over, come back in and just get some more. Because the first time we tried to do it, they were like, no, we've seen you before. Come back in with different jackets, and they just didn't pay any attention to us. It was brilliant. I ended up with like so many like Weatherspoons vouchers. It was fantastic. And they were handing out free pizza. Jacket didn't even fit me. My mate was way wider than I was, but it worked. 500 IQ right there. I had 7 coupons for free pizzas. Holy shit. Fair play. To be fair, I once ended up with £170 of Pizza Hut vouchers. Which was a fantastic experience for me. What bands? Oh, we wouldn't have any bands. Come on, I was at Anglia Ruskin. Well, no, this is the thing, capitalism. They did care, which is the reason we tried it. How? Basically, a group of my friends and I went on holiday to Devon a few years ago, in like 2019, and we rented this house. And one of the ways that we got like extra cheapness on it was to do it through booking.com, but I used Top Cashback to like link the sale. So I was able to earn like £130 of cashback through booking it, like by going through their link basically, which made it cheaper for everybody else. So my friends got a discount, so I took that into account. And then when it came to get the cashback out later, I realised that I could get a boost on the amount of money by taking that money in Pizza Hut vouchers instead. So it took it from £130 in cash to £170 in Pizza Hut vouchers. And you know your boy wants those. So yeah, that Pog and I ate like kings for a while. It was great. I think we were using those for about 6 months. It was fantastic. This is why I... there we go. I'll have to... We have still been getting some injuries, though. Hey, Chuck. Till Thursday begins. What's Thursday? Oh, Thirsty Thursday. What's Thirsty Thursday? The real Big Manovich. Exactly. Game the system. Exactly. It worked brilliantly. I should have done that with... I wonder if I could have got a discount from Pog and I's Airbnb now that I think about it. Royalty at Pizza Express. Yeah, I've just never been a big fan of Pizza Express. Pog has got food poisoning the last 2 times she's been to Pizza Express. Genuinely. And the last time I actually ate in Pizza Express, I was off my face, admittedly. So, like, there is that. So I don't really remember a lot of the last time I ate in Pizza Express because I was absolutely destroyed. It was during the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I already know about those guys, apparently. Perception. I just don't really enjoy their food either, really. Compliments, that is a crime. Yeah, no, you need that. I'm a Pizza Hut loyalist. I just like cheesy bites, all right? It's my vibe. If I could just eat cheesy bites, I would. For every meal. Oh, God almighty. Another one. Development to make money. Yeah, exactly. But bear in mind, we are a multiple Champions League winning side, so you'd look at us the same way you'd look at Manchester United, really. Just with, that's the reason we have players that are worth so much in Hungary, because even the players that the other teams are worth a shitload of money, because generally speaking, the values of the players does go up, just not as well as it maybe should do, which is another thing that's going to be fixed in the Malta database, is that the player values are going to be much more structured. So they'll get what they're worth for them, basically, which is going to be really, really fun. And it might also help the other sides too. Dark Prometheus. Thank you very much for the follow. Good name. I rate that. So they don't do that. They don't do that. To be fair, garlic butter is very nice. Pog and I got some dough balls when we were having some pizza the other day, just from Tesco. Really, really good. Especially giggling looking at it. I mean, at this point we kind of are. End of the road. I've tipped to the other. Yeah, that's the problem. If it's too close to you, it becomes a crutch, which is ironically what you need when you have too much of it.
Do not hate me.
Always comes with a dip.
With over 600 dancers, and I am programmed to get freaky.
Actually, often yes. RJ, thank you very much for the follow. Dutty, ironically, doesn't. My pizza never comes with dip from Dutty. The fancy pizza place me and Pog used to go to, that did come with dip. And Domino's always comes with dip, doesn't it? There's even like a little hole in the box for it. Yeah, garlic and herbs. It's standard, isn't it? Most expensive players, 400k. Yeah, so to be fair, with us being 27 seasons in, it's not just because that if I had good players, like there were 4-star players in my team, if say in the second season of the save, then he wouldn't be worth as much. But obviously, when you look at the quality of the players, that's the reason they're worth so much, because they are world-class Ballon d'Or winning talents. And frankly, if he was at Manchester United, he'd be worth 300 million. So in actuality, the game is still undervaluing his quality. But there's nothing we can do about that anymore, unfortunately. When is the... So we got... Yeah, this is still full strength then. Just want to keep an eye on Janosch. Janosch is back. Good. So I'll play... Yeah, that'll do for this time round. We'll rotate properly in for the next game. Just want to give Janosch a bit of football again, so we can start to get his fitness levels back. Took over a team that... 50% of the next sale. Tried to... Hang on. Tried to sell him and his value... What? That's bizarre. That might explain why Chelsea have been offering us shit money for the Cardozo clause. Only a 1-0 win. Okay, we'll take that. But Janosch got an assist. A thing has been did by Janosch. $7.99. That's wild. Around here, you just wouldn't. Like, the place I refer to as Dutty is very good price, and that's for around here. Like, that fancy place Pog and I were talking about, you'd be lucky to get, like, a solid order for, like, 45 quid, which is crazy for delivery pizza. Whereas Dutty's, like, 30. And that's, like, not too bad when you consider that we do have quite a lot of food. Saturday is my I'm going to be a piggy day, and I do, in fact, take advantage of it. Your boy could demolish a 12-inch margarita and a 12-inch garlic pizza bread to himself. And I've still lost 17 kilos this year. I don't know how, but it is possible. Let's see. Oh, Buriram. Oh, another dude. Probably not as good as our other chat, but still, we take that. Anything new? No, apparently not. We're bound to find at least one solid player from that today, though. There's always one. 40 times profit, 8k weeks we never left. Oh, I hate it when that happens. That happened in this one with Nieto when I tried to sell him to Real Madrid for like 60, 70 million quid, and he turned down their contract, ended up joining Inter for 40 million later in the window. God knows what they offered him as well. New Pizza? No, I haven't. I haven't been to Pizza. The last time I went to Pizza Hut was when Pog and I went to see No Hard Feelings, which was a couple of months ago. We like doing a pizza and a movie evening. It's just fun. Although I wouldn't mind going to see Dumb Money, so maybe we could go do that. 17k this year, yeah. I think it's 17 kg. It's like, it might not be as much as that, actually. It's £42. I forget what that is in Cougs. It might be a little bit less than that, actually. It might be more like 15. I did work it out once. Just never removed. Oh, that's even better when you get like a proper loop. 21 kg? No, it can't be. Nah, £42 is not 21 kg, is it? 19. Oh, still. Sorry, because it's actually more than that. So it's 19 kg. My apologies. I thought it was less than that. Wow. Turns out, chat, your boy's even more impressive than he thought he was. I'm still not even that skinny, though. That's the thing. I've still got probably about another 15 pounds of excess weight that mostly I carry around my stomach, which is why you don't really notice it so much when, like, I look fairly normal now from here up. I've got more of a jawline. It's still not perfect. There's still a little bit around here, but that's probably just loose skin. But it's all down here, just underneath the camera line perfectly, where I still carry it. So it's, yeah. Isn't nice. Oh, you want a bit more? Lovely. It's been fun. Oh. I would hope to hit the goal weight by Christmas. That's the plan anyway. Originally it was supposed to be like September, but you know, then injuries happen and food happens. I mean, they're not though, are they really? In the grand scheme of things. I feel like people have a very different definition of what dad bod actually is a lot of the time. Right, so this is rotation. Hardy, Petrov, Lamini, Bench. No. Why do they keep putting Benchfard in there? What are we thinking? I hate when I have to scroll and it just becomes random youth players, but that's fine. In you come, son. That'll be fine. No Tory Fanta, no. That's all I had left. This is the only canned drink in the fridge. It's not awful. It's not awful. It's my least favourite Fanta flavour, but it will do. I probably should start Sem here, actually. I feel like he doesn't get enough football in this strategy. He's still never complained. Number 49 for you. Very nice. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, when often I see, oh, it's like, oh, he's got such a dad bod. It's like, yeah, that's an extremely jacked man who has just, like, he's just not super lean at this exact moment right now. I'm just like, I don't think that's what that means anymore. I'd like to be more muscular though. I feel like I've never been in good shape muscularly. I've been like good physical shape in terms of like cardio and stuff and healthy in that sense of things, but I've never had a good muscular composition, I suppose. We've not conceded a goal in 8 league matches, by the way. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, capitalism, right? St. Helier. Oh, wait, hang on. Isn't St. Helier? That's Perry, isn't it? I remember I used to drink. There was a pub in Cambridge called the Tram Depot that used to do St. Helier in there, and it was lovely. What we got here? Any interesting clauses again? No, it's still only £1 million. You owe me more than that, Bayern. God damn it. He's won the goalkeeping Ballon d'Or. How dare you not play? Hey, Husby. I'd like to... Oh, I will behave just as much as I've been behaving up to this point, Inferno. I'm highly offended that you don't trust me and my sensibilities. Ooh. Okay, that's another one for the dev list. January might actually get some more loanies out there, which would be decent. So Sporting away. We've barely ever played Sporting, but I can bring you the news that we have never not won against Sporting. I'm continuing to tempt fate because I'm just enjoying it now. Oh, it's only a minor injury. Port. Which team is that? Oh, it's Thailand again. We must have... This is how long it's been. That's a fun name. Upper Thumb Narakorn. Good name. Very solid name. More of that, please. Kisvara are once again managing to maintain a Champions League position right now with a negative goal difference, so that's going perfectly well for them. Pushkas are doing annoyingly well as well. Unlike Kekshkemet, oh god, if they get relegated now after all that. San Pellegrino more crack. Oh, is he really? Oh, right. I've never heard of this before. So when I think of St. Helier, I think of the Perry that you can get, or you might be able to get. It probably doesn't even exist anymore. I haven't had it in about a decade. But there used to be this Perry you could get that had like crazy flavors. So there was like blueberry and really decent. But you didn't see them very often. But that one pub in Cambridge, the Tram, did used to sell it. And I used to really enjoy it. No, he doesn't. They're named after him in the sense that they're riding off of his name, if that makes sense. Ragnar! Thank you very much for the 24 months. 2 years.
Here is another one.
Oh, here we go.
Joffen Semath Helder of Framath Jeff for 2 years. These 2 years feel like one. It's surprisingly entertaining watching FM. Benandi Helder Thul Framath Vexer. GG's.
Oh, I love being called surprisingly entertaining. I love the fact that my brand is just so painfully average. It's perfect for me, though, because it means if I do accidentally do something good, it's a surprise to everyone. But if I do something bad or janky, it's expected. It's the perfect brand. Zhao's got 17 goals in 14 games for Haladash this season. He has found his level. In a way, it's probably good that he came back from Kekshmet this season, because they're clearly not going to do anything. And now it gets to help Haladash, with them having both him and Farrell too. He must be the top scorer on loan right now. Oh no, because that other dude's got 20 and 60. Christ. Just some good goal scoring in general. How are Molfehavar getting on in their first season up in the top flight again? They're doing alright. Ish. I love how the top 3 assisters are all our players as well. Usually pretty cheap at home bargains. I haven't been at home bargains in ages. I really should. Justine's white threat. He's a Twitter account. Bring more wrigglings and such. Do you know what? Just for you, Ragnar, I will. But thank you. That's really nice of you to say. That warms my tiny shriveled heart as... Okay. Good news. Pronounce half the name. Oh, yeah. Trust me, Bob. I'm in the same place. I still say most of these names wrong. But I'm sort of at a case of where it's like 90% right. And thus it's acceptable enough for Hungarians to stop correcting me. Because they're just like, stupid English man. He's not going to get any better at this. Malta's going to be fun. Ooh, Kilic as well. God, we got some great talent to loan out in January. It's going to be brilliant. Cock Ringling, I think he's actually... It really is. B&M is also a solid shop too. Third Champions League match. We won 4-1 away at Sevilla after having some strange goals. We actually scored quite a cheesy goal. Cock Ringling is actually at Nuremberg now. I assume he went on trial first. I made this joke last time, didn't I? I can't help myself. 26 appearances for Hungary and 16 goals for the national team as well. He's a very solid striker. Like, it just never really worked out that well for him at Újpest. He was a goat in the second tier for Zalaegerszeg. But at Újpest, to be fair, that season there, like 10 goals in 13 appearances is pretty solid, but he just never could really do it. And eventually just left with very little money in the end. But he's not quite as good as old Willie Dick, is he? Oh, I can't freaking... I still need to make a TikTok about that. Wait, why are you still on my shortlist? Hang on, I loaned you... I sold you to them. Why are you on my shortlist? Weird. Maybe it's just keeping an eye on him. His parents amazingly. No, unfortunately, Bob, particularly at this stage in the cycle, you can kind of do that. I reckon if I put this tactic on like a League 2 club, we could probably do back to back to the Championship to the Premier League in like... It would probably be like Premier League in 4 years type of situation. Also, I didn't realise that Omar Ben Salah was another fucking face in the game until I saw him playing for Tunisia on my agent video I was making yesterday. And it just makes him just less interesting to me all of a sudden. Never Jam. I think he left this summer, actually. I definitely released Never Jam. He's never gonna jam again. Guilty feet are all so sticky. Yeah, no, he's gone. Still got 19 caps, though, for Zimbabwe. Fair play. Good for him. Dixon Alley. That's solid, but come on. Willie Dick. We've got Cock Ringling and Willie Dick in this save. It's all you need. Tough games, although that should be winnable. That's tough. That's tough. It's not going to be a good day, is it? I think Desire de Cock, though, has to be up there as one of the best names. That one hit me like a freight train. Right, Janosch and Bengtsvaart, since Edvaldo's seemingly a bit mid lately. Velasquez is back, and he deserves his space, frankly. Molina and Patrice as a pairing is crazy good. This is looking a lot better now. I'll give Leal a bit of space on the bench too. But look at that bench, though. Kenyatta, Edvaldo, Van Dam, Wilson Roberto is a bench player here. That whole bench. I like having a bench where every single player I'd be happy to put in the team. Dick Beard. Hang on, you had a player called Willy Nilly. That's amazing. Willy Fisterbottom. Oh, I really hope that's a surname now. Desire de Kock is definitely out there for me. So Milan have actually won 4 out of 4 in the Champions League. That's surprisingly good. Beating City so comfortably after they beat us so comfortably. But facing the game. No. And by the way, it wasn't even de Kock spelt with a K. It was with a C as well. Dick Bacon actually, yeah, true. Dick Bacon was on another level. Because it was kind of also Fat on Cake. Fat on Cake has to be mentioned. Just because it's not like a straight up rude one. It's just like a genuinely funny compliments of games. Rocky Gravel. That's very good. Rocky Gravel. Oh, I enjoyed that. Oh. Okay, a slow start from us, but that's fine. No, please don't get a red card here for no reason. Oh, no, we're good, we're good. Velasquez covering over from defensive there. But, you know, he dragged us through the Sevilla game. What's he got for us today? Come on, Janosch. There's your pass. Blaz is in. Get him to his other foot. Oh, he's gone too wide? Yeah, he should have gone back to his right there. COVID Y23. Thank you very much for the follow. Andy Lawless. How was he allowed in? Just immediately should have been banned at the gate. Oh, what a pass. Janosch is in. Great first touch. Oh, that was one of those cross-come shots that did neither in the end. Good that we broke through them. Disappointing finish. Kishvada already losing. Terrific. But we're playing well. But then it was exactly like this and exactly at this time of the match against PSG where we dominated. They'd not had any shots and then they scored with their first shot of the game. And it damn near happened again. Oh, actually, what a pass. Oh. Debrecen also losing. Bad times. Google history. Oh, it's far worse than that. Blazer struggled a little bit today. Janosch has done okay. It's just... Oh, I probably shouldn't have started Hillestad, actually. This might be more of a Big Manovic or Raposo type game. I might even pull him off at half time here. Because we've just looked... Hillestad's just not ready yet, I don't think. I think this is a Big Manovic type of game. Making those deep runs. But right now, we need to sort our shit out. Because once again, we look extremely average. Like, annoyingly average. Do it at half time. Whatever I damn well please. He's under contract, all right? There we go. Blaz is... That's more like it. A bit more bitey. But now, because he's making these runs, we need Big Manovic to be doing exactly that. Rotating it back to him. Blaz is a tight angle. It's in! Oddly. Okay. A weird bit of play. Literally within 30 seconds of the substitution, he provides an assist. I just don't think Hillestad's quite ready to play this style yet. But Big Manovic is so good at making those runs into there. And what a pick out as well. Goalkeeper should probably do better with that, though. He's literally put that into his own net there. But we take that. Durian scores another one. He's certainly not going to be hitting any records this season in terms of goal scoring, I don't suppose. That's only his 10th of the year. Goes for goal again. That was pretty close, though. He could give him a spurt of energy, but he won't be on the pitch to see it. He'll be doing all of that energy in the dressing rooms. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. That low eccentricity on Cooper has been an absolute godsend. Any other goalkeeper in this match engine would have just been yeeting that. And by that, I mean his centre-back partner as Big Manovic is through and nearly makes it 2, and he should have made it 2. Free transfer at half-time. Yeah, I think we've done that before. Just for a joke when we were treaty, I think. And nothing actually happens. They just wait till after the game and then they're just gone at that point. So Debrecen losing. Haladash letting us down. Ferencváros getting a good point so far. 2-0 now. Alright, that's over. Who's been bad? You've been bad. You've been a bad boy. Right, let's get... Oh, no. Wagner's injured, isn't he? Shit. It's only 1-0, but I feel like a bit of Steve Hardy right now couldn't go amiss. How'd you figure out what the name you're up to? So basically, it goes negative when you hit 128, or I think it's when you hit 129. So it's 128, and then when you go to 129, it will say negative 128, and then you just sort of count backwards. So for every number you are under 128, add one number on to 128. I'm sure I could have explained that easier. And, cleared. Oh, actually, wait, maybe Janos? Oh, bloody hell. No VAR. I think there is. Actually, I don't know if there is VAR in the Conference League. Have we even played in the Conference League in this save? I'm not sure we have, you know. Because I think we played in the Europa League the first time we played in Europe, and then played in the Champions League thereon after. Hello, Asher. I'm a little bit worried about this 1-goal advantage here, because we still haven't looked as emphatic as we have been in other games, but it is a tough run of games. But at least getting back to 6 points here will put us back in contention. Right, come on, Romero. Fire it through. Bigmanovic once again makes that run, and this time scores. Yeah, I think that substitution has been what's killed this game. He's got an assist and a goal after coming off the bench. And so on and so on. Well, yeah. Leverstock Greens in Pancake Lane. It does sound very whimsical. It sounds like the setting for like a holiday novel that you'd read, right? FCV, thank you very much for the follow. We'll take that. The rest of them... Oh, 1 goal back? Come on, Haladash. You're better than this. You literally have one of the best striker forces in Europe. Don't let us down. Ask and you shall receive, Chato. We'll take it. That was pretty much a dead fair game. We were the better team. Second half got better. That is literally. Oh, that reminds me. So, Pog and I were watching Starstruck again last night, and in the second season, there's a bit where he buys her a Christmas present. She opens it, and it's a Joni Mitchell CD, and then she's just like, "You Alan Rickman'd me," and I was like, "Yes." Love to see a reference to that. Also, Sevilla just got humped 6-1 by Ajax. Debrecen equalised. Debrecen 2, Juventus 2. They did it. The cheeky bastards. A goal from Anderson, which that's a great result. 2-2 draw against Juve takes them to 8 points. They need one more point to Garify qualification. Haladash with another win takes them to 9 points. Ferencváros get an extra point, so they're now on 5. Kizvala lose again. They might be our big muddy team this time around. We're up to 19th, which is we're flying high, Chato. Help. Still, a relatively good day for Hungary on coefficient as well. A couple of draws in there, good wins. Just that one disappointing result for Kizvala, but it's Real Madrid. What do we expect from them? Can Thursday continue the trend? We're making good progress too. For once. Although I think there's the next bit where it really does get quite difficult. Mustafa Hadji. Yeah, he used to play for one of the Hungarian sides. I'm almost certain of it. Right. Honvéd are away at Olympiacos. Not easy. Ziyech are away again. I feel like Ziyech have played almost every game away from home so far, but still, they've got to win that. I'll be impressed if Honvéd come up with a result there. Cap with the 35 bastard bloody months. How the devil are you, my friend?
Twitch tells me this is for you. Happy birthday, Matt.
Just nearly 6. You almost couldn't be further away from my birthday if you tried. Like, on a calendar, we are about as far away from it as physically possible. But I appreciate it, Cap. How's it going? And we've got Mezzi boys are away at... Oh, Icelandic team. That could only mean problems. Ragnar, you better let them do something here. Enjoy, backwards. Pog's birthday. You know. Roberto Carapia. He's okay. Give him a little scouty scout. Come on. Keep the good times rolling. I demand good times. Our budget's actually looking quite stable this season. What do you reckon? 2xG, loads of chances. Okay, actually fairly poor. Still probably should have won. Honvéd are away at Olympiacos. Yeah, okay, cool. Regardless, they're still doing well. Like, GMO got 7 points. They need to get a few more though. Honvéd are looking okay, but that's not a good result, really. And the GMO dropping points at Apollon Limassol is vibrantly annoying. What about Mez? 1-0 win. Oh, Ringoot got the goal. Yet again, Mezzi just never seemed to let us down in Europe. They did really well in the Conference League and won it. They got really well in the Europa League and didn't quite win it, but they went quite deep in, and now they're just doing bits. And Willie Dick's no longer the top scorer because Val Corelli is here, who sounds like a 1980s action hero. Could totally see him playing a bit part role in Top Gear and something. All right, what does that coefficient do? 7.7. And England, again, just... Even with one less team in Europe, England are just doing England things. It just seems like an absolutely impossible task, unfortunately. I do think next year, though, it might be possible with Malta because of the changes we're making. Because I think the problem is now, the Hungarian sides can't really sign anyone that's that good beyond a certain point because they just don't have the money. The only money they're getting is coming from Champions League, and it's not really that much. Like, when you look through the bank balances of the other Hungarian sides, they're just not it. Like, Keks might have 10 million in the bank. Kishvad have 25, Mezhkovic 5, Molfev are obviously nothing, basically. We've got loads of money, but that's different. Pushkas, Halash have 63 million, but they're the one team. Their budgets just simply do not allow them to sign anyone who's good enough to really improve them at this stage because there's simply not enough money coming in. Top Gun call sign. What would it be? Jank. It would have to be Jank or something.
Valcarelli is the Eliminator. Rated 15.
I like it. It's good. Technically one. Oh god. But at what cost? Oh my lord. 6 XG to win on penalties. Imagine losing that. That reminds me. When was it? There was a game. I think it was with Treaty where we played against a Welsh side and had like 9 XG and drew 0-0. It was crazy. Slow jams with the 42 months. Oh, you might be the first person I've actually seen have the new sub badge for 42. Damn, I might actually have to get some more made now. Yeah, because they don't improve the facilities. Well, they do, but not really very often, unfortunately. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of an idea is signing a player on 40,000 people without a work permit? I mean, I would hardly be one to judge, given some of the signings I've made in this save, for the hell of it. So, I don't think I can really be a fair bystander in this, because I would absolutely do the same, and you know I would. How much did you pay for the player as well, though? That's the big question. My shoulder's actually hurting a little bit. That's unlikely. A bit annoying. Let me just take... Got to do my shoulder stretches, chat. 1 sec. Oh. It's definitely... That interval training this morning has just sort of... I think tighten everything up a little bit. Wrench those shoals, yeah. That's better. I feel it easing off a little bit now. It's probably the way I was sitting as well. Coupled with the way I was sitting yesterday. Oh, that's better. That'll help a little bit. It's the only logical move you can make at that point, exactly. What's a man supposed to do in a situation like that? Willy-nilly. I don't know. Let me set the squad up for this game and we can have a gander. Durin. Yeah, no, she's a bit tired again. That's fine. Hulk Hogan was over. I mean, I could just do that for the entire period of Hulk Hogan, potentially. that will do it. Right. Let me just quickly insta result this, then we'll have a little gander. Oh, bear in mind, I wasn't doing any lifting. No lifting was happening. I can barely lift myself out of bed. It's a weird... It's like a shoulder blade issue, like right down to the very bottom. It's not even really the shoulder blades. It's like the facet joints in my back. That's where the actual problem is. Hence why that stretch is really good, because it opens up your back and also helps you with better posture, which is, yeah, one of the other things that I think caused the problem in the first place. Or certainly didn't help it. Brighton, I'm really just curious to see how Brighton get on in Europe in general. Because I hope they do really well. I just have a soft spot for them, as a lot of people do. Blaz gets an assist. I guess that's something. Big Manovic scored a couple more. You'll have to see it. How opens your back? When I say open, I mean like it, because it pushes your shoulder blades together, but then the other way, it like really opens things up and it causes the joints to like expand. And just, if there's a little bit that needs popping, sometimes it really helps. But it's really good when you have like quite poor posture as well. And just sitting in this chair is just a death sentence for poor posture. So it just helps me do that. Just doing that 3 or 4 times a day. Nearly bought some cheapo kettlebells. I need 4K. Well, let me guess, you couldn't lift them to your car and you're like, I don't want to be that guy. Don't want to put them in my trolley. Right, let's look up for willy-nillys. I don't think I've ever seen Nilly as a surname, to be fair. We've got Nicky Miller and Niari Tally. And yes, he's a real player. A real person. We've got Yassine El Welly, which I'm enjoying a lot. Desi Eat, thank you very much for the follow. He may not have been what we were looking for, but he's what we wanted. It's Yassine El Welly. I want to see if Welly... Oh, yeah, we've got lots of Llewellyns. There's actually quite a few El Wellies. Well, there's two. There's Abdullah El Welly and Mohammed El Welly. Just loving Welly as a surname. He's prepared for any occasion. Scouted by Clough. Oh, Alex Clough. Wait, hang on. Scouted by the chairman. What's the chairman doing scouting? Dear Lord. Priest, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hummus manhood. Something tells me he's probably not going to... would you know it, Bill? He's just so close. Have we... We've still not conceded a goal in 9 league matches now. Oh my days. Chat, we've kept 11 clean sheets in our 12 matches. The only game we've conceded a goal in is the one where we lost to Haladash. Our defense has been genuinely crazy this year. I didn't realize it was that good, though. Chairman's taken on multiple jobs. He's a man of the people or something. Right, let me just schedule us a little cheeky friendly against our under 19 squad to make sure we've got a bit of fitness levels going into the game against Push. Oh, that is Arsenal as well. Christ, it doesn't get easier for us, does it? The chairman would go about expensive. Yeah, he's just going out himself. Just doing a bit of shopping. We'll do Thursday, Sunday that. Because it'll put a match practice in anyway. See what we're going to get. Oh, Haladash lose. Wow, they're just handing us the title at this point. We take that. Xiao's got 9 in the league, which is very solid. Cherry's got a little side hustle. He's doing Amazon FBA, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'll do. Maybe it was the chairman. Maybe he was just using a fake ID and just pretending that it was him. Yeah, he has got 18 and 15 now. He might be on... He's on for a better season than Blazes at this stage. Injury crisis. Oh, just what they need after being so appalling in the Champions League is another injury crisis. I'm hoping they've got some easier games coming up soon. But now I kind of want to see what their remaining Champions League fixtures are. So, away at Roma. Away at Red Bull Salzburg. Oh dear, that's not easy at all. They need to get something from Salzburg and Roma. Yeah, this is not happening. What was their easy game then? They beat Sparta Prague, lost to Liverpool. They haven't really had... Well, they got a bit unlucky, I think. Goal 50. Blaz wins goal 50. So he wins goal 50 ahead of this chap, but Ballon d'Or not allowed. So what were they using to... But in that same period, Blaz got less goals. In the judging period for this one, he got less goals, but he wins it. But he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or when he scored more goals. Useless. But he has now won goal 50 for another season, and we've got a decent amount of players on it. In fact, even a guy that's not even playing for us, Jose Carlos of Budapest Honvéd, is on the goal 50. Yeah, Blaz has been a bit decent. Admittedly, this season, that injury has really tempered it somewhat. Dynamic Pride. Oh, mate, you have no idea like how excited I am. But providing it works properly, every time I see something like that, I have to sort of caveat it with like, if this works. Oh, there's a guy called Ronaldo here. We'd be remiss if we didn't scout a guy called Ronaldo again, right? There's also Rurik, but I think we've definitely looked at him before. Well, yeah. I think with this one, it'll be a lot easier because essentially what they're saying is that there's going to be like fixed length deals on TV stuff. And oh, damn, he's not going 5-star. But that means that every time it comes up for renewal, the game is going to have to draw data from somewhere in order to make the decision on the new contract. So hopefully it'll be things like reputation. Janos, where is? What do you mean? He's here. But we're not playing a match. So in fact, he's almost certainly on holiday on international duty with Hungary. Contracted now. It's probably a lot less than it used to be. We've kind of been sort of downscaling the loan farm over the last few years just because it was a bit of a waste. It's probably still close to 200 though, let's be honest. I'm guessing 180. So there you go. I'm learning. 167. Much better from us. This was like we had 222 players at one point, I think. Like, you got a cap for... Jesus Christ. Imagine getting a cap for Argentina while playing in the 2nd division of Hungary. That's the levels we're talking about these days. We are big now. We are massive. Oh, I dread to think, Bill, how much... I mean, I've always thought back to like old school transfers and wondered how much that player would be worth if that situation was the same today. Because it is crazy, isn't it? Get lazy, let the farm overgrow. That's kind of what we've done. Like, we let the sheep wander off into the neighbouring farmer's field. Took poopies in the silage straw and whatnot. That's a sentence you didn't thought you'd hear today. Or ever, for that matter. We're no longer cutting the corn. You can tell I don't farm. Nor in simulator nor in real life. Christ, I forgot he was a Veszprem. He's probably too good for them these days, but... Oh, well. I am curious, though, what you reckon, chat. How much money you think the board are going to make during the first season when we're not at the club? Because you know there's going to be a fire sale. You know they're going to cancel all the loans, because that's just what happens. I could see them selling £400 million worth of players in just that first window alone. The club will be set for life. The league will be fucked for life. So it's like, do we really want that? Arsenal Halliday. Apologies if I am slurping a little bit too loud there. Yeah, I don't just farm. I loan farm. J-Lo's struggling out of the squad. Buddy, it's because you're a 30-year-old Gibraltar winger who we signed because you're called J-Lo. Like, you know? Never apologise. That was a good, solid slurp. Oh. Hungary's still in Nations League Group A as well. They've been doing good stuff lately. In fact, they've come second in Group A behind it. They got ahead of Germany, who they beat at home. And they got a draw at home with England. Fair play. Good results. Honestly, I'm so out of the loop on, I was going to say FIFA, on things like that I just don't even know what's good on there anymore. The last one I bought was like 2019, I think. Might have been 2018, actually. It's been a while. Too much spitty sounds, you say. Oh, are you, or Hoosby, were you that guy's alt account the entire time? The Wemp from Tuesday. What am I doing? Anyone? I will have a look at the near progresses just to see if there's any crazy boys in there. 3. I like the split of clubs that they're going after at least. Anyone in this one? Oh, no 5 stars in there. Anyone in my one? No. No. Oh, actually, no. Nearly. Hey, Marky. Oh, I take it in FIFA, it's still just a case of fast player equals good on older. That's how it always used to be. I had fun back in the day, but I mostly would just play it while I was on the exercise bike. That was the vast majority of the time I played FIFA, was just because it would kill the time while I was doing that. Give me something to focus on. I found I would always pedal faster when I was trying to sprint. Wait, he just got an Ivory Coast cap. Oh, good. Well, that'll at least hopefully cheer him up a little bit. Maybe. Oh, at least he's not going to complain about me thanking him, I suppose. Tackle the ref. Oh, those were the days. Which FIFA was that? Might have been 98. I remember the World Cup 98 game. That was like my first... Possibly might have been the first football game I actually played. Although I do remember International Superstar Soccer Pro as well. That might have been before then. It was definitely PS1 era. I'll always remember the World Cup 98 game just because of that stupid chicken mascot thing. And it had Chumbawamba, Tub Thumping, as the theme tune. And it was the only song in the game. And it would just play every time you started. And every single menu screen, it was just Tub Thumping. Indoor... Oh, wow. Fake dive. I remember you could do that on Pro Evo 7, I think, as well. Not FIFA. Oh, you know what I mean. The fact is, people are still going to call it that anyway, aren't they? Pro Evo 2 was a... Yeah, I think... It was called International Superstar Soccer Pro. And I think that was the one. No, it's like one of those things where they could change the name. Everyone's still going to call it that. I still call it Twitter. Like... FIFA has had some banging soundtracks over the years, though. That's what I will say. God, Hardy's developing. Oh, that's you, Mark. Right, I figured. The guy from the band. You could have just said Mark Wakefield. To be fair, if you'd said Mark Wakefield, I would have just said the guy from the band. That's your thing. A bit of that. Ball on fire. Oh, God, shit. Yeah, I remember that. I actually loved the World Cup 2002 game. I played way more of that than any man should rightfully. It was at a time when, like, we had no internet or whatever. And... Our family PC was like fucked. So the only time I could play it was when my dad wasn't working on like he had a laptop that was just sort of good enough that could run something like that. And so I would sneak into like his study, and I say study, the spare room that a computer was in, and Made it sound like it was like a mansion. And I would just play that in there. I would always play as Poland because I really liked Emmanuel Olasadebe. For some reason, I just really liked him as a player. I'm going to start streaming. Oh, nice. In his bat cave, literally, yeah. Champions League. I do remember one of them existing, yeah. Tex-Mex. I don't think he is, you know. He went back to Brazil. No, and I can't remember his bloody name. Oh. I think it's Marcio Teixeira, wasn't it? There he is. There's Tex-Mex. Yeah, he retired at 36 after playing for Flamengo. He came back to Budapest to us for a little wee bit, but yeah, never really worked out for him at Manchester United. It's a shame. Story match first man crush. No, my first man crush was Pablo Aimar, actually, if you must know. I don't know why. I was just like, he's an attractive man. Even as like a young teenager, I was like, oh, Pablo Aimar. He'd get it. No. That's what did it. Koiba, thank you very much for the follow. The game's is deep. Literally said, see? He's a sexy man. I have no idea why, specifically. I think I probably would have been watching like World Cup 2002 or something. Or what? No, probably more like World Cup 2006. The World Cup games were very good back in the day. It must just been around that sort of time, right? Can you just buy them for exorbitant fees? Well, yeah, but the thing is, you'd have to have the money in order to buy them for exorbitant fees, which we simply don't have. We only have, like, our current budget. We have 164 million in the bank, which is fine and all, but that's because we've been not doing that. So we can't simply afford to buy other teams' players for exorbitant fees. And also, if we did buy their players for exorbitant fees, they wouldn't then spend the money on anyone good because the transfer AI still just isn't there. 3 million for Leno is crazy. Admittedly, it probably is more than that now because we get like add-ons for every year we stay up. But Leno is a goat. I keep seeing these lists. It's like best goalkeepers in the Premier League, and they've got Leno at like 16th. I'm just like, are you absolutely out of your damn mind? 16th best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's the reason we do as well as we are at the moment, honestly, because we are constantly overperforming our XGA because of him. For 40 million. Holy shit, that's quite good for a wingback. Oh, apparently this might contain adult imagery. Oh, better check it first, chat. God, and he's bald too. It's just, wow, he's very good. Crossing's still a little bit low, but he's only 26. Yeah, he's so damn good. Also, by the way, after stream on Tuesday, chat, my wallet won't thank me for this, but I had a DM from Tony Jameson, that is. Hillbillies, that is. And Classic Football Shirts were having a sale on Malta national team kits. So I might have bought both the home and away shirt. So that's going to be coming soon. They're kind of dope. They're retro ones. Well, I say retro. They're like 2019 kits. But yeah, the Tony Jameson. Exactly. The very same. It's good. Yeah, they're really cool kits. They're kind of just inverted of each other. So one's just red with white and then one's white with red. But they're really cool. Oh, subscribe. Yeah, everyone's getting one. You get a Malta kit. I'm like Oprah, but very specifically with Malta kits. Right. Wow, some quite big weaknesses in some of this team now. They're actually starting to... Wait, Romero at left wing? Are we that... low on play? Wait, is this game during international break still? I think it might be, you know. Oh, nice, Steve. The one from... the one that someone put in there, which is kind of cool, actually. Matt, Messi and I are in the same room. Hey, we could all be the same person. Have you ever seen us in the same room? No, didn't think so. Doesn't know about... He does, but also it'd be good if we'd actually signed anybody to replace, you know, our star striker. That would have been nice. It'd be nice if he was in the country on deadline day. Like, maybe doing his job. Yeah, Malta is the next nation, yeah. And he gets the best. Maybe. Well, that's his choice. Maybe he should do one job then. This seems like an entirely self-proclaimed problem here. If he wants to, like, maybe then we should appoint a director of football. I don't know. Bit weird that we have a part-time director of football as a Premier League side. I'd love him to work less. I'd like him to work more as not a director of football at Fulham, potentially. More just concentrate on AEW for a little bit for himself. Raposa gets a hattie in that one, though. We'll take that. We have Vinicius. Ah, yes. I mean, I like Carlos Vinicius, but come on. It's not going to happen. He's not going to hit a decent amount of goals for us. I mean, he'll be fine, but I feel like we could have done with actually replacing him with a more... Particularly, or even just someone for the future or something. I don't know. This is awesome every night. No, I mean, Vinicius, like, he's fine, but I feel like he's sort of perennial backup striker type of player. As is showing the fact that he's still technically behind Jimenez in our squad order, which I feel like should change, honestly. I think Vinny's got more to his game at the moment than Raul does, and that pains me to say, because I actually quite like Jimenez. Should just focus on one job after. I mean, that's fine, but he can do that while not affecting the football club. Abba Fulham tickets got booed by the stadium. You know what? Fuck it. I'm here for it. Wait. Who wants to go on loan? J-Lo. All right, sure. Fine. You know what? Crack on. If someone will actually take you on loan, J-Lo, then how is his value so high as well? He is just gopping. But, yeah, we'll transfer status you to development list like that. And then that's fine. Someone will definitely want him. Oh yeah, but the thing is, he's feeding off scraps at the moment as well, Raul. Like, he's having to try stuff like that because there's just nothing else on a lot of the time. We do not look particularly creative. Like, we've been beaten statistically in a lot of these games so far this season. I'm worried, but at the same time, I'd much rather be performing badly and winning games and getting points than the other way round. But at some point, we are going to have to take a little bit of a look at that. Ruined my holiday. I hope I don't. Thank you very much for the follow, though. Cool. Nearly 12 hours. I mean, that's too much for any human being. I feel like that's just unhealthy as a human. I don't know how people can do that. No, I don't know what that means. I genuinely do not know what that means. No, Iwobi did look very good. I like Iwobi. I've always liked Iwobi. Oh, I think he's a really good signing for us. Yeah, he's only just got his new contract. But I just question whether it was what the exact... I mean, I just feel like if literally, I'd have been totally happy with that transfer window if we just signed a striker replacement. Everything else, it's okay. But I felt like we were just so lacking in firepower now. Yeah, but aren't they sort of thought of the same way at the Jags as well? No, Castagna was decent too. But Castagna's not going to score goals for us this season. And Iwobi probably isn't either. Working lunch, thinking time. True. Enjoying a meditation pod, potentially. For 6 months. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I get burnt out enough as it is doing 6 days a week. I'm glad Reed signed a new contract because he was linked with going to Wolves for like £2 million, which is like a crazy cheap fee. And I'd have been gutted if he'd gone for that kind of money. Right, Janosch and Bengsvard. Well, Arsenal... I feel like this is a Raposo type of game. And if we're going to do this, I feel like Kenyatta should play there because he's got better passing, I think. Yeah. Wagner's in. Arsenal at home. This should be good. And we can always bring off Bigmanovic if we need him anyway. I suppose, true, yeah. Just get yourself some Adderall and things will be absolutely fine. But like, the burnout's been catching up with me over the last sort of month or so, really, which is why I'm so looking forward to this little holiday and little break in general, which is going to be a nice little way of recharge, you know? That's what I'm here for, Dazza. It's nice to know that there's a Dazza that supports Fulham and not just our resident Dazza who happens to be a Brentford fan. And so on and so forth. Ah, dear. Right, let's go. Hey, Mickey. Traveling is private. I mean, maybe. But, yeah. Applying to people on WhatsApp. I mean, man does spend a lot of time on Twitter. I feel attacked, as you should be. That was my intention, sir. I'm only joking. You're the nicest Brentford fan I've ever met. Or not met, but encountered. Champions League. Nice bit of that. Right. Anyone wild in that team? Gavi, but can we talk about the fact that Gavi is managing Arsenal? Like, that's a fun one. Didn't see that coming. Chris Lewis we will have to watch out for. He's quite good. And Phil Neville. Don't forget about Phil Neville. Right, let's go. Survive the drop this year. Probably, honestly, because Everton have been a bit like a Premier League barnacle. Like kind of what Wigan were back in the day, where they would just nearly get relegated and then eventually did, admittedly. But I don't know. I always just feel like Everton would just always seem to manage to pull it out the bag at the last second. But it's not looking good so far, though. Particularly with the games they've had and the opponents they've played so far. Like losing at home to Fulham, not beating Sheffield United. Those are results that you... At home against Fulham, you should be winning, really. And you probably should have won the game. Not even probably. You should have won the game. Probably could have been 3-0 by half-time. If Neil Maupay wasn't up front for you in that game, you'd have probably won easily. But the Maupay effect is very strong. Duran's through. He's going to get there. Pokes it past the keeper and it's wide. Yeah, Everton absolutely hammered. Oh, yeah, losing at home to Wolves as well. Yeah, those results will not do well over the course of a full season because those are games that you'd expect to pick up points from. Oh, Debrecen winning. GG. It's an actual surprising result. Yeah, the 4-0 to Villa, though, I feel like that was a bad result, but it's also like Villa are a very good side and Everton were not. But, Raposo's in, and, he should have squared it. I think Luton will go back down. But I don't think they're Derby County bad. I think people keep comparing them to them, but I think they're a lot more organised than Derby, where they're not an absolute mess. They just don't have the quality that they're needing. Oh, nice. That's surely offside, though. Yeah. Took him a second, but it is going to be that. I think Burnley getting that first, point at least. Was it a point? Yeah, they drew with Nottingham Forest, didn't they? It's something for them. It's a start. And I think they're just a better side than the other two in general. But I still think, for God's sake. Excellent timing, chat. Penalty right in half-time, first half stoppage time. If we lose a third Champions League game because of this sort of stuff. Saved by Liam. Shocking penalty from Chris Lewis, and it's saved. First half? What, just for your team? We had a game the other day where there were 3 penalties in the first 8 minutes, which was pretty wild. 2 of them were missed as well. Okay, well, we'll take that. That was a shocking penalty. So FM taketh away, and then FM giveth, at least. Unable to pay the bills. I don't know. No, I haven't, basically. 4 scored is very impressive, actually. Very rarely do I ever see 2 penalties scored in a game when there are 2 penalties given. Right, we're going to thrash arms again. Raposo's been... I might make the same sub as last time, you know. See if the Bigmanovic effect works as well. 6 penalties. Jesus. Right, Bigmanovic. In you come. I think Raposo's just falling in quality now. It might have to be Bigmanovic for the future in that role. We need something. I think that... oh, no. Please don't do this to me. Good. Well done, Liam. I think that people were massively overvaluing how good Burnley were going to be this year. And I said this was the one prediction I made at the start of the season, is that Burnley would perform much worse than people thought they were going to. Because I saw, like, reputable people, if you like that, saying, oh, they're going to get, like, top half this season, which to me just thought was absolutely batshit. I still don't think they're going to go down, but I think they're going to be right in the battle. Bigmanovic making that exact run that we like to see from him. Pulls it across. Oh, Ben Schvar drills it low, and it's tipped off the post. That's better, though. Immediately looking better. I say immediately looking better. It did take 15 minutes there. Hey, Jason. We can't afford to drop more points here. Shit. And it could have even been worse, right? Blaz is coming off. I don't care. He's playing like crap. Beng's been poor too. Janosch has been decent. Wagner's been awful. Let's get Lambertus in too. Yamin's struggled. Fuck it. Oh, we can't make 6 subs. Jeez. Who'd have thunk it? Right. Come on, 15. Oh, no, please. There's a guy completely free at the far post for some reason. There you go. He'll probably still win the header because he's not marking him properly. Okay, cleared away. Second phase. Right, so that's going to be 3 defeats in the Champions League. I don't know what's going on this season. It's actually wild. This time it's a deflected goal. We are just getting absolutely rinsed by the game today. Just score a normal goal. I beg of you. Just once. I feel like every goal we've conceded in the Champions League this year has been some weird combination of silliness. I can't believe we're going to lose again. We're going to lose 3 fucking games in our first 5. With an actual stronger squad than last year that won the Champions League. Ah, dear. At this rate, we still have to fight to even qualify. Like, we'll be lucky if we get top half. Although, I still think we could maybe find an equaliser here if we just find the one good pass. And that sure as shit wasn't it. Right, come on. Try again. Teixeira slips it round. Bigmanovic squares it. And Van Dam is offside, probably. Yep. There's the disallowed goal. I think it was actually the other player that was offside from this part. Yeah. I don't think Van Dam was actually offside from the squared ball, but... Cool. Another defeat. Excellent. That's good. But, yeah. I love how the XG match story doesn't even consider their penalty on here, too. Learn to the league rivals. Yes, that's exactly that. Yeah. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Right, so that's just more of the fucking same, isn't it, really? After a while, you're just like, what can you fucking do? We weren't even that convincing against Sporting either. It's like something's just broken with us this season. But I'd rather get the dog shit. I'd rather get the horrendous results out the way here, provided we still qualify. But at the moment, we're 20 fucking first. Only Kizvada are lower than us in terms of Hungarian size. Even Ferencváros are on 8 points now. Wait, did they win their last match day? Ferencváros won away at RB Leipzig. Kizvada lost to Roma. That's disappointing. Halash drew with Man United as well. Great result for them. So we're currently the 4th best Champions League side here. That's gone well. What is wrong with us? We won the Champions League last season, and now we've lost 3 out of our 5 matches. Crazy. Yeah, Debrecen must have done, right? Yep, 1-0 away at Porto. Big result for them. I mean, they're already through. Ferencváros just need like 1 more point to be guaranteed through. We will be fine, because we just will. But we need to at least get top 15. Sorry, top 16. And I keep thinking we'll be fine, and then we keep losing. In just annoying games. Right. Cheer me up with some Thursday fixtures. Giamot are finally at home. To be fair, the only home game they've had this season was against Newcastle. These are very tough games, though. Away at Feyenoord is probably going to be a defeat, and I could see this one randomly being a defeat for them as well. Mezhkovest host Vålerenga. Not easy, but this is the Mezzy boys. They'll get it done. Watch them not get it done. Lead European top player production. If only we could get some of those players back, perhaps. It'll be fine. Have I miscounted? I feel like we're way further along than we normally are at this point in the stream. For the Champions League one, anyway. And he's 20 as well. I mean, if we went out of the league stage, it would just be crazy, frankly. But I couldn't even really say anything, just because 1-1 draw, not bad, and a 1-0 win for Giamot. Very good. Honvéd stay 5th. Giamot go 9th, but they're right in the battle. Excellent. Wow, damn. That's the orphan guy from Anderlecht. I remember we made jokes about him back in the day. Yeah, that's what it is, Cap. We're definitely doing it on purpose. As long as we get top 16, I'll actually be totally fine with that. But it is costing us points, though, losing to 2 English sides in the group stages like that. What about Mezhkovest? 3-0 win. Oh my god, they are just genuinely stacked in this tournament. They just seem to do so bloody well. 10 points on the board. Only Leverkusen have a better record properly in terms of actual record itself. Crazy. Right, let's check out the coefficient again, right? Like, we've actually gained ground on England in that match day. France are having a whale of a time, but we got 9 points on the board so far. We're having a very solid season. It's just we are once again letting Hungary down. We made up for it last year, though, by winning the Champions League. But we were just an absolute embarrassment in the group stages. I'm doing fine. In fact, I'm behaving reasonably well. I don't think I've misbehaved. That's fine. Just a bit of slurping. Or something. That's tomorrow, so I don't want him to be not available for the game against Kalash, because we'll probably lose that now. Thank God for the 8-point gap we've developed so far. Because I'd be worried about us losing to them again. Not that we've conceded a goal since the last time we played them. In the league, that is, anyway. Cornerfax! Sorry, Cornox. Cornox fan. I don't know what. Thank you so much for the follow. I said that completely wrong. And I'm normally so average at it. Right. That will do, I guess. Hey, man. Sorry I mispronounced your name. I apparently can't read. Let's try that. Lamini then? Alright. They fancy it. Beck Schwartz kind of actually got off the ball. He's still providing a decent number of assists. As is Romero, too. She did more goals for Blaz. This is the thing. Last year, Blaz had like 25 goals by this point of the season. He's only got 12 and 12, which is still very good. But not for him. Right, let's go. Show him what you made of, Blazzy boy. Couple of slurs, nothing unusual. Exactly. We're hitting the normal marks, right? Oh, so we actually signed. Yeah, we signed an overpriced guy from there before. Wait, hang on. 10 times? What, in real life or in your save? Oh, 1-0. Another game without conceding a goal. Big Manovic, the hero, yet again. I think we've got to start starting Big Manovic in the Champions League, though. Oh, thank you, man. That's cool. Be careful when learning stuff from me, though, because I'm very often wrong. And just bad in general. Crap, he was one of the guys that actually had a wage rise clause that meant based on league games. A rarity. Ooh. Intriguing. Because he's very injury prone, and I wonder if we could cash in on him before next season. Although, is that a waste of money? Depends on how much they offer. Slurps. Oh, tons of slurps. No, I was slurping like crazy, bro. Although I have now finished my Orange Fanta, so the slurping has taken a slight downward trajectory in terms of the slurps per minute and whatnot. Tell you what, chat. We might end up finishing slightly early today, just because the things that we could accomplish, we may end up accomplishing earlier than normal. Which is, I don't really understand how. Considering normally this is the stream that ends up running long. Oh, Junior FC. They've had a golden generation. Holy shit. And they've got a Stiven. We love a Stiven around these parts. But that guy there, Andres Gutierrez, always a good sign. 5'10" centre back. Standard. He'll grow an inch, maybe. Right. Oh, God, it's Ajax away next. I just have a horrible... You know, we've only lost once to Ajax in this entire save, and it was when we got knocked out of the Champions League by them a couple of seasons ago. It's the only game we've ever lost to them in the save, over like 15 matches as well. But don't worry, chat, because number 2's coming up real soon.
So I tell the swamp
Yeet Simulation 2021. Thank you very much for the follow. Stop saying, hey, it worked when I did it against Sevilla. I'm just saying. I was able to bait it into being not horrendous. It's fine. Debrecen and Girma will take out the bad fortune on us instead. It'll be fine. Still, ooh, 3 clauses again now. No. Just a random one. Yeah, fine. Give us your money. We'll take your cash. I feel that... I'll take that money as well, honestly, because it's never going to change. I love how that clause is higher. That's 2 million quid. Last 5 games form. Ah, what, in individual players or like your team's last 5 game form? Because I suppose you could just look at the schedule page, right? Or am I just completely off base? Projectile pass. Will it? Good to know. No, not again. Players. I think there's a... I swear you could get like a... Let's try it, actually. Let me find a player. Actually, goalkeeper's probably a bad example. I swear one of these... Recent form, last 5 matches. There you go. Which, honestly, Blaz's form has not been that spectacular over that period. It's been a bit average. In fact, in general this season. Yeah, form would do it too. But you can actually have it on their main profiles as well, which is just, you know, just easier. It's less clicks. You know how little I like clicking. Well, there he is. Mr. Mike himself. My old mucker, sweet left foot. Thank you for 39
few months, but here we are at 39, well into our 4th year. Let's celebrate with a mandate to Smokeworks. I want that barbecue, that beautiful barbecue. Give me that brisket, that bad boy brisket. Ribs, wings, all the sides. Bloody hell.
Sounds like there would be room for me at the table, Mike. You'd just have the entire damn thing covered. I haven't got to those, I need to do those things for you as well. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry about that. I've been, like, absolutely, like, going for it with the video I've been making, and it's just been taking up so much time for me. Last time I went to, well, I was supposed to go to Smokeworks with a couple of mates back in June, and we got stuck in such bad traffic that we missed our reservation by, like, an hour, and we had to go to McDonald's instead. So that was something. Yeah, I thought it looked all right. I'll be honest, I thought it looked all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to get shit done before I go away. You know the feeling again? No. We don't talk about what happened last time, Mike. The travel lodge stays between us. What happens in the travel lodge stays in the travel lodge. Oh, actually, there's a... Bloody hell, it's not even that bad. Fair play. I'll tell the world of our love. Why am I being notified of you? Oh, he was that guy I tried to... God, I've really got to start removing players from shortlist. He was that guy I tried to sign on a free transfer like years ago, and he's still on my shortlist. Need to not be. Trujillo, unless you've got like 1 year left on your deal. Oh, he does. Exploring your options, you say? Don't mind if I do, Francisco. Right, shortlist you. Love to see it. Surely not Trotman as well. Oh, he is. Well, I bet he isn't, though. Although it actually isn't a 1 year extension. Akeem Trotman. Yep, we'll shortlist him as well. Get a couple of freebies sorted for next season. Nicholas Oliveira, I have to wait on him a little bit longer. Still nice. I mean, I'm excited about it in the sense that I won't be playing it, but I'm excited that people that want to play it will be able to play it. I think it's going to be cool to at least have the licenses done properly for the save, and hopefully it will be... I think it might allow us to just get better Japanese players coming through as well, more accurate stuff. That's always cool. I mean, I won't be doing a save there. Probably, because I can't really, but people seem excited about it, which is actually, I think, the best thing about it. People do seem genuinely hyped that it's going to be in the game, and that's awesome. Right, Janosch is back. Do a bit of that. And out wide, we'll go for a bit of Valdo for this one. Yeah, cheeky. Building Nation Japan edition. Yeah. I mean, obviously I can't do that, but I still don't think it would be that successful, really. A fun national team. Yeah, well, now that it's actually, you're going to get the proper players, it would be quite a fun national team one, true. If I hadn't already committed to the US one, I would probably try and do that. And it's like top 3 divisions as well they're doing, isn't it? It's not like they've just got the J League, the top, like, they've actually got licenses for the top 3, which is really good. They've kind of gone full on and committed to it, which I think is just dope, frankly. But I'm curious to see what they're going to be hopefully dropping later today, if the things track properly. Press game. I committed to it through being press count. Janosch missed a penalty, chat, but he did score a goal. So we'll take that. 5 tiers? Really? Holy shit, that's even better. I thought they were only doing 3. I swear when I read it earlier, it said 3 tiers. Because on the logo thing... Hang on, I swear on the article that Hadrian put in the Discord, it only showed the 3 main leagues. But maybe I'm wrong. Unless it gives the potential for 3 more underneath, or 2 more underneath. Right, Janosch has done a thing, so that means I push the button. Oh god, Jay, it would make it a lot easier to mod, for sure. Yeah. No, definitely. Is that not possible currently then, just because it doesn't have the structure in place and all the information with teams in actually in the database? I've never really looked that much at Japan in the database themselves. That was the first goal we've conceded since match day 3 in the league, which is decent. Halash win again. Jowden. Oh, Farrell's actually played for Halash. Would you love to see it? He's not going to be happy about that. He is going to be complaining. But that keeps us busy. And Blaz is still there, I guess. Yeah, 4 goals conceded in 15. And yet we're still not even going to get anywhere near our best ever defensive season, which I still can't believe we managed that. Particularly so early in the save, too. Yeah, there it is. After an insane run of no goals conceded, we do finally concede one. Disappointment. We scored 6, so I can't be too complaining about it. We already got 5th. Unlikely for Hlau. Why is it unlikely? He's looking really decent so far. 19 and 13 for our under 19 squad, including those 5 against Sevilla. Tier 3. Now, oh yeah, obviously they were going to be fully playable, but it's just cool. Like, I think it's nice to see a league edition that isn't just like, no offense to Latvia, but licensing the Latvian league was a little bit just like, okay. I mean, people have clearly had a good time there. Wait, what? Very influential player. There we go, that'll do. I wouldn't mind selling him at some point, maybe even next summer, but on my terms, right? Jack Street, what? Wait. I'm not going to read all that. But I'll take your word for it. Regardless, it's just cool. Bear in mind, I'm actually in favour of them picking up smaller league licenses on a more regular basis. I think it'd be kind of cool if they just went around and hoovered up licenses for really small leagues, because why not add to the number of things that you can have in your game as a selling point and the market that you're selling the game in, right? I mean, I don't know how much it actually cost them to do the Latvian league, but why not go after like the really small leagues? Look at Lithuania, look at Estonia, Malta, etc., right? Hey, fun. Coefficients, it depends where you were last time, but we are 2nd. Great for player base growth. Yeah, Japan will be huge for player base growth. Massively good. Enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of your day, Inferno. Could be the best team still not get promoted. Oh, right. That's crazy. That sounds like Spanish 3rd division kind of behavior, but somehow even worse. Did we look at the coefficients after the last round of matches? Oh, yeah, we did, because we were on 9, weren't we? Still, the gap did come down that time. No, I think it's dope. I mean, they're clearly going to sell a lot more games, so they have been massively increasing their market share. Like, well, not market share, but like the size of the market in general lately as well. And with FM25 coming, Christ, I think the market for the game is going to continue to grow, which also is good for people like myself, because it means that the market for watching it will also grow alongside it, right? Because it feels like for a while, the market for FM content itself was actually growing irrespective of the game's growth at a faster rate. But now it feels like the game's almost catching up in a way. And will hopefully surpass it too. Won't be scaled for it. Yeah, that's true. I think the scaling is quite important, as you do see weird stuff happening in the lower leagues of England because it just doesn't have the squishness available. Like, if you get a decent tactic in like the 10th tier of England, you could pretty much win back-to-back promotions all the way up to like the National League easily until you start accomplishing teams that have actually got a little bit of moolah about them. It's quite easy to do that. Marco, I think it did, yeah. But also it would have affected their development cycle too. Uber gatekept. Oh, I mean, you're certainly not going to get gatekept by me. I love it when one of my favourite things, honestly, is when someone comes into chat and says, "Hey, look, I'm new to the game," and then they have questions about it, and either me, usually not very often, and chat are able to help it. I love that. That's my favourite thing, because it's like that's one more person that now gets to experience something that we find enjoyable. As much as I complain about the game, and today I have been doing a fair amount of that, I do still enjoy it, right? I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't enjoying it. I have had times with FM where I was just completely done with it, but I've always managed to remain quite consistent. Still burnt out, but that's not because of FM itself. That's just because I've been doing way too much for too long. Like, I haven't had more than 3 days off in a row since I got COVID last year in October. And that's definitely something I will not be allowing to happen next year. Next cycle, that is. I will not be letting myself go into those sort of situations. I will be taking regular breaks that are a little bit longer, and it's better for my health. I'll be going to Malta with Pog. I'll be doing stuff, you know. I'm going to go to Centre Parks with my mates next summer. That's going to be fun. I still need to book that, actually. Melina, no. We'll do... do I want Jizzy in there? We'll do Kudja, even though he's absolutely knackered. That team will be fine. No. Hardy there. Van Dam there. Nice. Personal free... What, really? We said about... I don't know. Actually, yeah. Probably... Is it Woban Abbey? You're not... I won't let myself. It can't be done. I'll just stay away from all the 3G masks, Stewie. Lanky Wizard. Thank you very much for the follow. That's a lot of... Damn, that's a lot of words. Wait, we have a guy called John Zachar. Number 2. Are you mad? No. Just shows that a lot of like first team players that got random numbers were... Yeah. If you need a proper... I can draw you a diagram, real AMC. Coatless, no, I think you're right. 3-1 win for us. Good. 2 assists for Naseru. Not bad. And another goal conceded. Much worse. Gonna just eat you some bat soup in a tinfoil hat. To be fair, just eat around here is useless. There's basically like 4 things on it. It's not great. Worth doing a Japanese save on F24 then? I mean, for you, yeah. Crack on if you want to do one. Like I said, I won't be doing one, but I like that it's an option for people now as it's going to grow the game. That can never be a bad thing. Wednesday there. Sick. I always forget that this is even a thing now because I'm so used to being like gaslit by the game every single year that I just forget that we even have Youth Intake preview anymore. Because when was the last time it was anything other than half a star? There is a C-rated striker though, so he'll be shit as well. A C-rated player and just E's and F's and not even... just nothing. Just nothing. Sounds promising though. I mean, maybe. That probably just means it'd be like a 3-star rated player. I can say konnichiwa and dozo yoroshiku. Hajime mashite dozo yoroshiku? I did like 6 weeks of Japanese when I was in college because we had to pick some weird extra language to do. I say weird. It was like you had a choice between Russian and Japanese. Those were your choices. My teacher, I shit you not, was called Yoko. Like, and she was fun. Country's youth level. Well, the country's youth level is low, but also our squad is so good. So it's a combination of the two. Oh no! We're just past off. Like, bear in mind, we got Janosch in a youth intake that was also 1 star, and so it can still happen. But we sort of had a premonition because he was like an A-rated player, was he not, in that shit youth intake? Maybe. Because of the injury, yes, unfortunately he was. They refused to... Basically, when we tried to loan him out again, there was no interest from them, which meant that because he was then 27, he would then refuse to go out on loan again. Yeah. Very unfortunate. But on the plus side, it does mean we now get the benefit of him in our team. Oh, no, Enzo's hurt himself. Disappointed. But we also had the same... I say the same problem with Molina. We had a weird problem with Molina, where despite his team getting to the despite his team getting to the Europa League final, he refused to go out on a new loan. So now we've got him back as well. So our team is actually much stronger this season. Like, with the new players we signed that we liked, plus guys coming back who are like 5-star CA, it doesn't make any sense as to why we've been so much worse this year. Oh, good. That's right. Perfect football manager. Yes. Injure our starting goalkeeper right before the game. Because things like this have been happening today, essentially, is the reason. We have just not had anything go right for us in this stream. Other than other Hungarian sides. At least they're doing their bit. He better be playable. Because otherwise, I think we might have to rely on Newman to play. Ooh. And I don't trust him. Because I don't think he's actually played for us yet. It's your youth intake. You see, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous of that. Oh, you got a Norwegian in there too. And an Englishman with a Greek name. This is definitely the finding out part. Although, what I would say is we still lost 2 of the finals. Last time around as well. It's not like we got lucky at all. They were playing like crap as well. I think Cooper will actually be okay. Yeah, he will. It's fine. Cooper's fine. It was only a minor injury. He's just going to play with like a slight... Although, watch it actually matter when it's him. So, through the middle... FM, if you'd like that. Yep. Big Manovich there, because we've decided that's actually his best spot now. I prefer Kenyatta in the RPM. Although, really, I'd rather just play Thomas Velasquez, honestly. Patrice at right back. No? Stojnic is... Yeah, we are still a bit light in right back, actually. That's one thing I will say. Oh. And then Janosch, obviously. But I'll start Janosch off the right, even though it doesn't matter. I will start Janosch off the right. There we go. Okay. What possible nonsense could befall us this time around? I dread to think. But no doubt it will be something. Because the last time we played against Ajax, we lost. And it was the only time we've ever lost them in this save. So, good vibes needed. Progress. Go forth, my pretties, and flounder. Which is what I'm expecting. Revenge time. Well, hopefully, yeah, at least we can say it in the press conference, right? Or can we? Yes, we can. Good. It's the one benefit of losing to them that time, is we can at least avenge them. We need Blaz to step it up as well. They've got a guy called Ikuya A, which is kind of sick. Right, let's go. Insta highlight off the kickoff is always a concern, but if it does mean we take an early lead for once, then great. It does feel like a lot of the time, unless we've got Velazquez and Yaman in there, we really do struggle a little bit. They've been so hard to replace as much as we've tried. We just end up reverting back to them almost every time. Big Manovic taking people on. Blaz nearly scores, but an early chance missed is never a good sign. Hey, Leaf. Ooh, how was open mic? We had closed mic in here earlier. That's what I'm calling Sweet Left Foot from now on. Yes, this is a group stage match. It's the last one before Christmas. Also, what are we saying with the other teams? Tough. Winnable, you never know. Tough, but should win. Probably should win, honestly. So a strong start from us. But we need to make the most of it. The deliveries of Bank Sword. Oh, it's over the bar again. Well, we've been very good in the Champions League so far this season of having a really good, like, opening 25 minutes and then randomly conceding immediately. And this game seems to be following a very similar pattern. Debrecen lead. Great stuff. So good first 25 minutes, really solid. Probably should have had a goal by now, but don't. Watch them score their first shot of the game. Largy! Thank you for the 36 months.
Good vibes, fun fact. Swedish team BK Häcken are playing in the Europa League tonight.
Hell
the
yeah.
word Häcken in Swedish means the hedge, and they are in fact named after a hedge dolphin nerd.
Big up the hedge. Forza the hedge. Relatively languid first half from us yet again. What is wrong with our Ballon d'Or winning striker? How is he so incapable? I don't understand how he's so incapable at the moment. Right, yell at them again. How are we so bad lately? Everyone behind him is playing well. Magda's not, actually. We are missing Romero, though, I would suppose. Christ. Right, let's go and actually do a thing, can we, please? I beg of you. Just do something decent for once. Liverpool losing at home to Bayern is helpful, though. And Kishvada winning, too, which is very nice. In fact, once again, we're the only ones letting ourselves... If we don't win this as well... I mean, we are in... What on earth is going on? Part of me wonders if... Like, Beng Svard, for whatever reason, has a weird play style that means that when he's in the squad, it actually makes other players worse, even if he's playing okay. The impact he's having might be so minimal that it's causing him to play passes to the wrong place and stuff like that or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any excuse here as to why we've suddenly been so shocking this year despite a better team. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is actually ridiculous now. Yep, that makes total sense. Why not? There's your random red card. We've had everything. We've literally had everything. We had the penalty. We've had the random red card. We've had everything. We're going to move Blaz back here. This is ridiculous. This is the worst I've ever seen it over a spell of games. We'll get Shadow Striker in there for a bit. I'm also going to get Wagner off for... Schumacher's not on the bench. Of course he isn't. Blaz has played like shit, honestly, but... Nah, we've got to keep him in there. Christ on a bike. It's actually ridiculous now. We will probably lose this game too. It's madness. I'm really looking forward to my time off, is all I can say. Because this is crazy. Probably will make one more change, actually. Now probably... Wait, is Blaz... Oh, no, he's getting even worse. I don't know how he's playing so poorly all of a sudden. Stojnic just played quite poorly too, actually, in fairness. We'll go with Edvaldo for... I might just bring Edvaldo in for Beng Svard for a little bit, actually. Right, 15 minutes, maybe. Probably not, though. Oh, actually. Imagine if we then go on one here. Last stream, next Thursday is the last stream before the little break. There's Raposo! He's probably offside or something, isn't he? He fucking isn't. We lead. We'll take it. We've had to wade through knee-high bullshit for most of this stream. But we've still managed to come up with what will hopefully be a result for us there. What a pick out from Romero. Fires it into Raposo, and he's just bent that like nobody's business. Get in. Oh, Romero straight off the bench, straight in with a goal, or an assist at least. And we do take the lead in what could be a very important finish to us here. Oh. And elsewhere in Hungary, the other Hungarian sides are actually doing quite well. We get the result away at Ajax. Very fortunate. I say fortunate. We were the better side. We should have won, but the fact is we're going to be missing Bigmanovic for another game. In fact, possibly even more. Raposo off the bench with the goal, and then Romero with the assist. Whoa. We have really limped through this group so far. But no, I didn't see the Benfica highlights. What was the Benfica game? Was that against, fuck, who were Benfica playing? I remember it was quite a surprising result, wasn't it? That they were losing to someone. I forget. Handlash loss. Disappointing. Debrecen win. Superb. Kishvara lose. Okay, you are useless. Oh, Salzburg, yeah. Ferencváros don't win, but it's still a point that will qualify them for the next round. Debrecen are quite good. We are at least now top 15, along with Ferencváros, and Handlash are having a bit of a crap season as well. 10 points for them is crap. They're usually top 8. Debrecen, on the other hand, having a lovely time. I think Handlash do have their 2 easy games, though, as the last 2 matches. He's going to get another ban because he's a wemp. That was shocking. At least we got the win. At this point, Tex-Mex might as well play in our team because we have been having a... On the plus side, it can't... Kishvara, they're even further down because they lost again. They've only got like 3 points. Yeah, they've gone to 34th now. They were winning that match. If they win that, they're right back in the battle to qualify. They've been shocking this season. There's always one, though. Oh, just as I said earlier that he was going to complain. Oh. Or rather, that he wasn't complaining. Bengtshaw met from Liverpool. Nope. Not happening. Right, here we go. Girona away at Napoli. That's a defeat. That one, I feel like maybe they could pull something off. Punching someone in the face 2 minutes. What? Straight right. Oh, my God. So not a great day for Benfica there. To be fair, the Hungarian teams kind of are smashing it. Except us. It's only really Kishvara that are truly letting us down. So if you've got this skin specifically, Londuka, it's Control D if you go to the page you want. And then you just hit Control D and it'll add a bookmark for you. But you have to be using this skin for you to actually be able to see them down here. Right, and then a Mezhkovest, who are pretty much already through, aren't they? Hosting Hajduk Split. Not easy, but I trust them. I've come to trust them. They've upheld the ban. I mean, not surprising, really. The rest of Hungary's doing okay. It's just weird. The last 2 seasons for us in the group stage have been very strange. Although last year, I can put that down to our tactical switch, where we got a lot better after we switched the tactic back. Yeah, it's a skin-specific feature. Bookmarks exist in the game, but being able to see them down here is a skin-specific feature. Giamot lose, Honvi draw, and Mezhkovest draw. Okay, so yeah. It's just not a great day for Hungarian football. They've probably done enough to get top 8 still, though. I think who their last game is against. Away at Skendia. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll win that. Europa League. Giamot 14th. Honved are still clinging on to a top 8 spot. Dortmund have won every game so far, which is crazy. Good for them. I say crazy. It's actually quite expected for a team like Dortmund. So after that match day, what the hell? How did we drop so far on that match day? Actually, we didn't really drop that far, did we? England gained a little bit on us, but not much. Germany must have just had a really good match day there. But they've actually announced that, well, not that specifically, that TV revenue is going to have a completely new, it's going to have an overhaul for FN24. That was one of the things they announced on Tuesday. So, in fact, one of the things it should matter, one of the things that should affect it in this new system will be hopefully league ranking and stuff like that. So, yes, I suppose this is the answer to your question, unless they find somewhere to implement it weirdly. But at the moment, things look pretty positive on that one. Oh, Jesus. Right. Bayern Munich step up chase for Janosch. You will be chasing into the night, my friends. You're not getting anywhere near my Janosch. Oh, well, I can't watch it right now. But I'll watch it after stream because I'm going to just watch the highlights of some of the games from last night anyway. I haven't seen any of them yet. Oh, that's not true. I watched the highlights of there was an early game, I think. Oh, that was the day before. Never mind. It was the Newcastle match. He's acknowledged it. I bet he bloody has. So there's still one more Conference League match, which normally I end up doing off stream because we never normally have this much time left, but we can actually show it today. Which is a nice turn up for the books. Klaus scores 3 more goals. This guy's got a bit about him. Like it. Good to see. Oh, it looked on the early one. Oh, yeah, because it's staggered, isn't it? Right, a bit more of that. If we could just find some semblance of form, that would be crazy. I'd really like it. Actually, our league form's been pretty stable. Which does make me think that we've just been hit with the worst luck possible. Because our league form has actually been better this year. And that would show because the squad we've got is stronger too. It's just the Champions League's been an absolute minefield. And I don't know why. It's just poor luck, I think. That's all I can really put it down to. We've just been bad. And a bit unlucky in some games too. In fact, arguably very unlucky. Right, that'll do. Get the win there, hopefully. Particularly with how good our defense has got. Like, we've got some of the best defenders in the world now. Particularly with getting Molina back as well. Like, we've got 4 arguably world-class centre-backs now in Patrice, Kenyatta, Wilson Roberto, and now Molina. All 4 of those guys would slide into pretty much any team in the world. So to get to rotate between the 3 of them and still have, like, Solback Laukholm as a backup option as well. 4-0 win. Blaz with a hat-trick. That's more like it. Beng had a bit of an off day there. But that's better for Blaz. Plus 50 goal difference, or plus 52, is actually very good for us at this stage. More like it. 15 goals in the league. But like, he's only got 17 and 16. And last year, at this time of the year, I think he had bloody, what, 28 or something stupid? He's definitely not been on the same level of quality. Although that injury definitely hasn't helped. Cool. Another win for us. Back to not conceding goals again. You'll love to see it. Hopefully we'll get a game. Oh, God, more suspensions. Luckily, it's only for the league. So just Vashas and then that Thursday game. Remember having 10... What's Janosch's stats up to at this point, actually? I'm curious. 4 goals and 4 assists. That's a bit mid. 12 appearances and 8 contributions. He's solid, but last year he got, what? 27 in 30... We need to see a bit more out of Janosch. Because right now he's just not really doing it. I'm putting it down to bad juju. I think it's going to be a case of the game will get restarted before our next stream. So it's going to be fine. I'll have to make sure I remember to actually turn the game off before next stream, just in case, to make sure. Even though there's absolutely 0 things going on in the background there, it's just complete, like, luck. But anything I can do to reset the luck modifier would be nice. So Wednesday's that. We should be able to slap Vashas about. They deserve it at this stage. Wow. Uipest have fallen massively off the top of the league. They were looking stacked, and now they're just not. In fact, that guy's not even the top scorer in the league anymore. Bro had 15 in his first 12, and now there's an entirely new top scorer in Alexander Mihailovic, who actually just plays for Dios Jori. Who's he wanted by? Giamot. Give them... that would be quite a good transfer for them, actually. Christ. Fair play, though. Any surprises? Yeah, Vashas aren't even mid anymore. They are just bad. God, actually, I forgot about him. He's another 5-star nearly guy. We've just got very good defenders. It's a bit of mental... Oh, God. Okay, it's only a virus. We'll send him home. We don't need him for anything important for the next couple of weeks. Not that I've needed him much lately anyway. I might start putting him and Janosch back in, actually, instead of bench Sword for the next Champions League match and see if that fixes it. I just wonder if there's something to do with the way that Bench Svard plays in this team that is preventing him from... Like, he's got 9 assists and 5 goals, but that is kind of in line with what he should have. Whereas Romero's massively overperformed on that. One thing I've also noticed as well, Patrice, he's got 4. I feel like he would have more goals this time last season as well. Maybe we should start sending the ball to Molina or something. Right. Last little thing. Oh. No. Recruitment meeting. One of these days, I kind of want to do this just to see what they say. So what's this? Hang on. What? Are they implying that we don't have a good goalkeeper? I'm not sure what exactly they're implying there. Expiring contracts. That's fine. Player status? Oh, yeah. No, we can do that. Removed from the loan list. True. Transfer list as he... They want me to transfer list Patrice. And this is why these meetings are utterly stupid. Just doesn't fit into your plans according to the squad planner. The squad planner I'm not using. Yeah, let's just transfer list Patrice. No biggie. Look currently weak in this position. What? We look weak in this position. Left back. Remember, left back. Not right back. Left back. The position that we have Wagner, Diego Romero, and Lamberto Schumacher. That's the position that we're weak in, apparently. We should make changes to it. I would not touch that at all. Wow. And that's why I don't do meetings. we're weak at right back. We have one recognisable right back right now, and they're like, no, we should probably look for more left backs. Best player right now? Ooh, right now it's hard to say because he's been playing a bit crap lately, but probably still Blaz, honestly. No, it seems that's why I don't do them. I just wanted to honestly have a look in there and see what the game would be like with a recruitment meeting at this stage. It's crazy. Like, surely it should at least be able to see in your squad where you're weak in players. Like, I know we're weak at right back. Teixeira's really the only solid right back we've got. We don't play. It's like, looks like we could do with a new attacking midfielder. And they're like, I'm playing 4-4-2. What are you on about? Yeah, so do I, Steven. But you're not going to win new players over with QOL stuff. So I understand the need for that sort of stuff. I just wish it was implemented differently. Like, I think the squad planner could have actually had some good stuff to it, but it doesn't do any of the things I want it to do, and thus I don't use it. In fact, not only that, the skin I use still has no interest at the moment. But that's fine. I'm definitely signing this dude. Like, the fact that he's still A+ rated after all this time. He's got 17, finishing at 17. Professional personality. He looks like an absolute monster. Ooh, a Red Star dude. £8 million release. He's not... He might be the sort of player we'd go after if we did like a last season blowout, or we just kind of went and signed anybody we wanted. Because let's face it, we could saddle the club with debt going into our last season, and they'll sell everybody anyway. They're going to make their money back immediately. Is he an attacking mid? Maybe what they're trying to say is, have you considered playing this different system? They're trying to subtly nudge you towards playing a different shape. Let's try Janosch and... Oh no, I can't play Valdo, can I? Because he's fucking injured. What I will do, though, is not place Teixeira there. Okay. I want a strong lineup. I want Liao. And I want Yamin. And I want Big Manovic because he's... And who do I want on the right position? I might even try Petrov for today instead of Bench Fard. Because Petrov's a good player. I've put the meanie in there. I am an idiot. I might try the correct player. Just as an idea. They're currently second in Europe, that is. So pretty good. Part of the planner. So the skin adds the squad depth chart, yes, but that to me isn't really to do with the planner. And I don't even really use that anymore either. To me, the planner should have worked with the selection advice screen, i.e., you could set priority lists in your squad planner, and then when it comes to selection advice and stuff, it would take it into account when doing quick pick and stuff. So if your first choice left back's unavailable for whatever reason due to fitness, suspension, injury, or whatever, it would automatically prioritize the second choice player that you have chosen in your squad planner priorities. Imagine that was good. Long way to go. Long way to go in the sense that it's basically just not going to happen because England are just too overpowered. I don't know what our club's reputation is in terms of the number, and we are like we're 5-star rep, we're worldwide rep. The only problem is FFP. True, that's a good point actually, Richard. Yeah, we probably should spend a lot for last season, maybe even sign some first team guys. But the problem is they'll just be so bad and overpriced, and I'll feel like icky doing it. But we might not have a choice. I'll start on the other side though, just to make sure. Cool. Force you to fix it because throw around present. Yes, that is annoying. Yeah, no, I when I see the base game, I'm always like, oh god, how clear? Oh, we're like 10 points clear of third. We've been in second for like so many years now because we're so comfortable. Bear in mind, we're closer to first than we are to second. We're like 6 points from England and 10 points from Spain in third. But the problem has come from there was a season where we could have maybe closed the gap on England, and unfortunately the other Hungarian sides massively messed up that year. This year is another opportunity for us to potentially close the gap on England, and we are appearingly being the ones that are bottling it somewhat by doing appallingly in the Champions League. Youth rating, I can't see the youth rating. The one thing I could do actually though is when we do the looking forward stream, before then I could use FMRTE to have a look at the youth rating and then compare it to what it's originally, but my guess is it's not gone up at all. When you've got 5-star rep, you can basically sign whoever you like, and one of the best ways to get 5-star rep I find is actually winning the Europa League. I feel like winning a European trophy, even a lower one, is such a great way of gaining enormous amounts of reputation. That's why some of our teams have been able to sign so many good players. Like Haladash, for example, they have where is it? They have worldwide reputation, bear in mind, and they've not won a Champions League in this save, but they have won. Ooh, board takeover, perhaps. Any interesting rumours there? Oh yeah, we can't see yet, can we? It'd be in the news article potentially. Yeah, FMRT's real-time editor. I got it a little while ago because someone recommended that I could use it to do mass player editing for when we do the World Cup videos. I haven't actually used it for that yet as a result, because I haven't done one in a little while, but that's the reason I have it. Oh, and I've been using it for my new agent video as well, because it has some added features that you can't use the in-game editor for, like the ability to change transfer preferences on certain players, and it's made it easier for me to do extra agenting stuff. And it also means when offers come in for a player, I can see the exact amount in contracts and stuff that the teams are offering, where you can't see that in the editor either. So it's just been really useful for that. Well, no, exactly. It's just useful that you can do that. But that's one of the best things that can happen, is winning those... getting, like, even a Conference League win is just super damn important. Right. Oh, no, we've got Thursday to do still. We want to see the other... the last game in the Conference League as well. Oh, yeah, Janos did a double, didn't he? It's almost like Janos heard me. And now he's technically the second highest scorer in the team at the moment. Maybe I've been too harsh on him, but I would like to see more. So, here we go. Last game of the group for MTK. They should be beating a team like Skendia. Really? Competition rules. I don't believe so, no. Not that I've tried to, so I genuinely do not know. But you can't really do any stuff like that in the real-time editor as far as I'm aware. It's still quite limited. That's the sort of stuff that you can only Whoa! 6-0. Okay. Glad we hung around for that, actually. MTK with a 6-0 victory away at Skendia. That's definitely going to put them top 8. In fact, it puts them 4th. They qualify to the next round with a plus 12 goal difference in the end. Leverkusen win it. Rijeka in there. Marseille, Monaco, Aberdeen, who are having a great year. It doesn't look stupidly strong still. Only really Bayer Leverkusen stand out as... And Marseille, actually. Being a crazy tough side. Monaco, maybe. But this looks like... There's definitely doable things there. And that now gives us 1.2. So, yeah, we closed the gap to England a little bit further. We're still hanging on in there, but the lack of an English side in the Europa Conference League is helping, but it just shows you how England are so overpowered, even when they don't have a team in that competition. Because they're still getting judged as if they do, in terms of coefficient dilution, but they're just earning no points from it. My hope is that with our Hungarian side sort of languishing outside the top 16, outside the top 8, they might be able to progress through around there and actually get us a lot of extra points, maybe. So we might end up doing to England what England did to us last year, where we're all outside of the top 8 and we all progress through instead. But watch them draw like the toughest sides. Because we're not getting top 8 now. Or are we? I mean, could we still get it? We're only 2 points out, to be fair. It's possible. Because our final 2 games are at home against Red Bull Salzburg and FC Copenhagen, which we will win. We are better than those 2 sides, and we should probably finish on 15 points. But 15 is not normally enough to get you through. But there we go. So yeah, there's not much more. We'll end a little early today because there's just nothing else for us to do at this point. It's the next game isn't until well after Christmas in the Champions League. One thing I had considered, actually, potentially, that we could try with Malta would be trying to fit in the entire Champions League group into one stream when it's 8 group. The way we'd have to do that, though, would be by... This is obviously like way down in the line with Malta, not like immediately. I mean, at the point when we are like fully going... When we could basically be simming every single match and it's absolutely fine with us, except for the Champions League games, of course. I think the way we could maybe potentially actually get it down to 3 streams for a season would be if we did it so that we did all 8 games in one stream, but we holidayed in between the Champions League matches by just setting it so that they play our same tactics. It could potentially work for us later in the Malta save. It's too late for us to even attempt to do anything like that right now, but that might be something we could potentially do later with Malta to make more ground up, maybe. It's a risk, of course, though, but it's an option for us, potentially. So, let's see who's around this afternoon. What do we got? Oh, we got Jeb. I haven't read Jeb in ages. Maybe never, actually. No, I think I have. Good sense you love people to Jeb. Yeah, we're doing Sirens FC in Malta. That's now, I'm committed to it now. Because it's just going to be fun. Almost part DOF mode. Yeah, essentially. But still obviously doing the Champions League games. So we'd simulate in between the Champions League matches for that. And then that would probably allow us... Well, not probably. It would definitely allow us to do the extra 2 games. Because... if I was simming, I wouldn't be like fiddling around and stuff. Obviously, we'd have to check in each time, but it would be, yeah, it would still be fun, I think. Maybe something to consider when we get like 20 seasons in with Malta, potentially, and we want to speed things up a little bit, and we're already kind of killing it. Because I think there might be a bit more domination, potentially, in Malta. Well, then we'll see. Maybe these changes will make that a lot more difficult for us, and we won't be able to do that. You never know. So, thank you for joining me today, friends. This has been a really fun stream, despite all of the horrendousness that's happened to us. I'm actually quite pleased with how Hungary are doing. And if we were just a little bit better, we'd be right neck and neck with England on points, if you think about it. Like, we should have won those, at least 2 of those other games. We'd be bloody close to them. We'd at least be on, like, 0.7. So that's pretty solid. So, I'll see you lovely people on Sunday. I've got to put, like, another 10-hour shift into making this agent video tomorrow, so that's going to be catastrophic. But hopefully it's going to be worth it. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining me. Hold your gun. Capybara, we're going to go see Jeb because he's just wonderful. Hold your gun. Bye.